Feels like some Mongolian shit.
Yeah, it's nice here. I'll sheath it.
Yeah, it looks kind of like barbaric.
Yeah, that's like the Game of Thrones Dothraki.
Yeah.
Like, that's some shit that like a massive Dwayne the Rock Johnson type dude would wield.
Meanwhile, it's just me.
Yeah, dude. If somebody saw me coming with that, you'd still like your chances. Like I'd have that, and you'd be like, all right.
He has that for now. But
Wow.
yeah, I mean, it's not like a straight blade. It's not like a civilized sword. It's got like ridges on it. Brown.
Are you
Bro, you're like, oh yeah, if it wasn't brown, it'd be a lot more intimidating.
Yeah, the color has a lot to do with it because otherwise everything else is the same. But it also has like a black stripe on it.
I love that now you're just telling us what it looks like. It's right in front of us. You're like, it also has this second handle.
Yeah. The hilt.
is there a volume? This is cranking loud. Is there a volume thing on
You
it?
turn it down for Matty Stew with his virgin ears. You ain't used to radio?
There we go. Beautiful.
Hello, hello.
Perfect.
Am I quiet?
A little bit.
Can you turn me up in the headphones? I always wanted to say that.
It is nice.
Good now.
Yo, my homie. Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, turn me up in the booth. That is nice. I've always wanted to say that too. I hear that the rappers say that.
Yeah.
Bump
How much
it up.
rap have you heard?
I've heard a good, a couple raps.
A couple rap.
Yeah, I've heard a couple raps. One or two rappers.
Couple licks, couple verses.
Jams, as they call it, right? Are they still saying that? In the culture, you're kind of my bridge. You're kind of my way into the culture, dude.
Nobody says Jams anymore. Jams is out.
This is good to know.
Jams is 2009.
What about Space Jam? Is that still
Oh yeah, Space Jam is still.
that hold?
Yeah, it's still good.
When's the last
Jam
time you
is
watched
still
that?
going on in space.
Mhm.
Last time I saw that, I don't know. It never really got to me. I never really rewatched it multiple times.
I protested number 2.
Did you?
I didn't like how LeBron didn't play in the Olympics with America to make this movie. I thought that was a communist move, quite frankly.
He played in the last Olympics.
That's so nitpicky.
No, I know. That's not a serious.
Let's see what he did recently and make that a judgment of his character.
You didn't play for America, but you want to save the world.
I like the books he's reading. That won me over when he was walking around with Harry Potter.
LeBron.
Yeah. I think it knows the guy.
Treating LeBron like he's like a Kim Kardashian. He's a basketball player. He's amazing.
I was a Laker fan, and then when he came to the Lakers, I still am, but it just became like the Kardashians. That's the way I felt. Everyone was treating. Like, I was hearing about his personal life, his movies. I just want to see the ball
brought
move.
you a championship.
No, he did. I know. This is what being an LA sports fan is. It's very fair weathered. It's very spoiled.
Yeah, it's literally just the Boston thing where you're like, oh, you brought me a championship, but also I hate your skin.
Yeah. Well,
It only goes so far.
it does.
Sports can save you, but not that much.
Do you guys care about
Need a
baseball?
MLK.
You a baseball guy?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I grew up in Tampa and nobody cared about the Rays.
Oh, nice. I just came back from Florida.
You guys got Lou Piniella,
Yeah.
Seattle head coach.
I had a little stint where I liked baseball, where I was watching. We had B.J. Upton and Paul Crawford. Like I had that era of Rays baseball where I was like, oh yeah, baseball's cool, and then they traded everybody, and I was like, this sucks.
Yeah. Fuck baseball. The Rays are notoriously bad. I mean, they're in the same league as Yankees.
Yeah, all-time worst stadium in American sports history, I think.
So the Rays?
Yeah, it's what is it, Minute Maid?
No, I like our stadium.
It's a bad one. It's
Tropicana.
Tropicana. There you go.
yeah.
I knew it was a drink. I knew it was a drink.
Minute Maid is the Marlins, I think.
No, I think is it the Astros or the Marlins?
I don't know. Why would it be the Astros?
I don't know.
Hey,
You think they would be like NASA Park? No.
what the fuck is NASA Park?
I just feel like that's what they base. Isn't that why all their teams are like the Rockets, the Astros, because NASA is in Houston?
But you said Minute Maid?
Right. I'm saying that their stadium should be like NASA Park.
Oh, yeah,
That'd be
NASA
cool.
Park.
And like every time you hit a home run,
got
a little
so mad.
rocket just like goes off. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that the NASA thing was in Houston.
Maybe I'm wrong. Houston,
It
you got a
is.
problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Come on, that's how you just put the pieces together right there. I didn't actually know.
They're
but I
like,
knew.
hey, we have a space problem. Why don't we ask the stupidest rednecks we can find?
That's
Get some trap.
into Houston.
I believe the fattest city in America. Can anyone back me up on that?
Probably.
I don't know. I think it feels right. Have you been to Houston? Big people. Big hearts, too. Good people.
You backtrack.
Big
so
hearts,
quick.
big farts.
Yeah.
They're fat as
Come on
hell.
down to
They're great. They're
Houston.
good people.
That's what it says when you write in. Big hearts, big farts. Sweat. It's hot down in Houston. It's like a swampy part of Texas. It's not like
Yeah. It's not like a beach.
No.
Fattest city is McAllen, Texas.
Okay.
I love that it's
Is that
still
a
Texas,
suburb?
though.
Yeah,
If that's a suburb of Houston. That's still
I feel
Houston.
like I get a point for that. Yeah.
I feel like Wisconsin's fat as fuck.
Yeah. The dairy, right? That'll
Yeah.
do it.
And the also not going outside in the winter and exercise.
Hey, we can start
wow.
now.
Oh wow.
Thank God we can start finally.
That
That was
what a treat.
so.
I thought we were like 20 minutes in, to be honest with you.
Okay, good.
I like the shades.
I'll check on you.
All right.
A
So,
representative from the Great White
what were we
North.
talking about?
I think we were talking
Juice?
about the fattest city in the. I thought it was
yeah.
Houston. What would you guess the fattest city in America? You've been around.
Is it
Where did
Is
you
it
feel the most
Dallas?
comfortable?
right here, right now with you, man? I don't know. I think there is a fattest city in America, though.
We got it right before. you
Technically,
came in.
yes.
Oh, you want me to guess?
Yeah.
I think
Was it Houston,
Well,
or that was your guess?
it was his guess.
My guess is it like is it like not a well-known city?
yeah.
It's like Galveston or something.
Is it the suburb of a big city?
Exactly.
It just says McAllen, Texas.
Where is it at? McAllen, Texas.
Texas.
Right in the middle.
I'd like to know if that stat has to do with like fast food per capita, or if it's like a middle America situation. How do you become the fattest city?
Capita.
Proximity to HEB.
Or is it the rich?
No, it's fat. It's poor people.
Because now the rich are fit.
Like you ever
Sure.
when you go to mansions, they don't feel fat friendly. Like even though they're big,
They're boxy, right?
like there's just like you go through a door, you're like, this door is too nice for like a 500-pound person.
They also hide the trash can, which is like that's the richest thing you can do. Is like we don't even want to see what you're throwing away.
Fat people are usually messy and they're like hoarders
Yeah.
too.
And you also know exactly where the trash can is. Fat person's house, you're like it's there because there's bugs around it, right? Where rich people, you're like, oh, it's in a drawer and then under a cabinet.
Well, the fact
Once you get rich enough, you can get a trainer and stop being fat. I think.
but now it's Ozempic, a little shot.
Yeah.
I noticed I was at Disney World recently. You can point out the Ozempic bodies.
Yeah.
Ozempic, they went from being a bag of milk to an empty bag of milk. Like they're not just shredded.
All the Hollywood people have them.
Mm-hmm. Wide hips. They have the muffin top. They're skinny fat people is the Ozempic body.
Oh, we got booze.
So is it what like the Jonah Hill thing?
Yeah.
It's like big to small to big to small, where you're like, oh, this is Ozempic.
Yeah, I think. Well,
What? May I? Sorry. I wouldn't do Ozempic because I'm worried that I think it like is gonna kill people.
it's got to be a side effect.
Ozempic would literally kill me.
It has to be too good to play.
It's 12 more pounds, dude. I'm out.
How much do you weigh?
Like
Thank you.
155. But it's like,
Damn, you're lightweight.
but it's spread out over like
Literally.
4. So,
Fuck, I wish I was 150.
Good reach for that weight class, though.
dude, it's nice. If
good
I
reach.
would have took up like MMA like early on, phew, I could have been a guy.
You could wrap a motherfucker up.
Dude, I could have. Come here.
You have that gear in you where you just don't care about someone and you just want to hurt them.
Oh,
that
you
like
need to go
fat
to
people?
therapy.
That fired me up. a
I
little
feel
bit.
like if you were playing the knockout game, you would win.
You're not the first Asian guy I've heard say some weird shit. There's some Asian guy that way more Asian than you, but in
He just said he wanted to be a UFC fighter. To
Oh,
be a
true,
UFC
yeah.
Fighter, you have to
Okay, yeah.
fucking pound them in the dirt.
I do love fighting. I grew up in Tampa, Florida. I love fighting.
really,
Yeah. Like
Uh,
it's
An animal.
that's not good.
Do you people? You guys have like the scrappy, like
it's scrappy.
it's like kind of like a cholo style shippy fighting. Like you lean back.
I've seen the
It's a lot
craziest
moving too.
Don't make fun of him.
I've seen the craziest form I've ever seen. This dude, he went like this. He's like, what you trying to do? What you trying to do? And then, of course, he's leaving himself wide open, right? But he knew what was coming. He weaved it and hit him with this, the inside of his hand, knocked him out. I was like, how did that work? Like
Yeah,
this thing of like, what?
Were you
what,
just
what?
beating up like
Uh,
homeless black people?
No.
Uh-huh.
It was just like people that you like lived around, like in the neighborhood. We had this,
They lived
Fight the ones
outside.
you love.
we had this this like WWE belt. It was like this big obnoxious belt, and kids would fight in this sand pit that was supposed to be like this volleyball thing, but like nobody played volleyball. This was a shitty area, right? So it was just this sand pit. So we'd meet there like twice a week, fight for the belt, and then if you beat that kid, you got to hold the belt for like until you lost the belt. Had the belt a couple
Was
times.
this a West
Where were
Side?
your parents at this?
Great question.
My single mother was working 2 jobs.
Oh,
wow.
And my brother was just being
Poverty.
Good answer
savages.
too.
We need a.
If you ever think about like giving up for adoption,
I just tell everybody like I'm available.
Was this a West Side Story thing? Like you're battling a class? Like
it's kind of like the White Fresh Prince.
You think I've seen West Side Story? What the fuck?
okay, are you guys getting together to rumble and it's like like the middle class versus the poor
It's
type
not
of thing?
like- we're not like
Yeah, you
shark
napping your way up to the battle.
No, you just kind of showed up shirtless, and you're like,
Okay.
that kid and that kid should fight.
In West Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and in Florida, you don't start wearing a shirt till you're like 22, right?
And even then, everybody's like, nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, you went mainstream.
I actually went to school with a kid from Florida, and yeah, it was like him and his sister came to my school, and we just called them Florida. Like we were just like, yo, it's Florida. And then his sister was kind of hot, but anyway, she like straight up beat the shit out of some girl. Like the whole school watched. It just felt like they brought Florida to like Canada.
Yeah.
Held the girl by her hair, just filled her in like 8 fucking shots of, and she was like a tiny, like a 5'3", like 100-pound chick.
They're cowards, these Floridians.
They will. It's a lot of guerrilla warfare. She ran away, didn't she?
No, she was like,
Okay, maybe.
she didn't even. The cops came. She was like, yeah, I beat her up. Like he was like, oh shit.
Yeah, the tactics are crazy.
I'm just thinking of the Florida Project girl.
Yeah.
You seen that? You've seen that, right? You were an extra in that.
I was the lead, actually.
Sounds like
hell
somebody
yeah.
Epstein would bring to his house. Florida Project. Did you ever see any of that? Like rich people come into your area trying to?
Like, buy people?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I definitely saw, like, crackheads fight. Like, that was fun.
That's where Jeffrey Epstein was targeting people.
He was
I
just
thought-
going
yeah, I
to
thought
poor
Northern
neighborhoods.
Miami.
He
Yeah,
didn't
but
go
he was
himself.
like-
That'd
he's
be
like-
funny if he did though.
He had somebody, like, telling them and then getting them to come across the bridge. But, yeah,
Yeah.
Miami's a whole different, like, Miami's basically like Cuba.
Uh,
Like, it's not even, it's a whole separate
It's a
thing. from
Caribbean
Cuba.
city. It's where the Caribbean starts.
I thought Tampa was kind of nice, but I guess there is. I mean, there's areas everywhere.
There's areas, yeah, but it's gross. It is
Is it?
definitely, yeah, it's gross.
Just because of the weather and shit.
No, just like the,
The people?
essence, yeah.
Are they eating the pets yet? Has that made its way
Hey,
down?
you mind your business.
I'm just wondering, man.
I had,
That
like,
was an
farm
American woman.
I went to a cigar bar there. It was
Black.
nice.
So you were in Ybor?
Ybor Village.
Ybor's the
That's
grossest.
not really. Is it the grossest? Okay, so
7th Street is basically 6th Street, but like a
Bad
type
and-
of Florida
there's
version.
nothing open.
The roads are still open to cars. Do they close it off?
Sometimes they shut it down.
Nice.
Yeah, they shut it down from like point to point, and then you got to go like stupid.
A cop told me to go like walk the wrong way to my house because I was just like fucked up, and I was like, well, "How do I get here?" And he was just go that way, and then I'm like watching the map. I'm like, "This is wrong." And I had to go back, and I was like, "Dude, you gave me the wrong directions." He was like, "Get the fuck out of here." I was like, "Whatever."
Yeah, you thought you were
suck.
gonna get an apology.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, I sent you the wrong way. He's gonna be like, I don't care.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
I
Ebor's
mean,
gross
that's
'cause
what
they
you
have
get when
chickens.
you're asking random people where to go.
Well, he was a
like-
police officer.
I've sent people the wrong way at the airport.
I
mean,
think
maybe
he's
he's more
pointing
of
to a
a-
good side of the neighborhood.
Maybe
I
he's
guess
more of a
they're Canadian.
GPS kind of guy.
Yeah. No, but I was on the GPS. I was just all drunk, and I was like scared. So I was like, "Officer,
But
please
nowadays,
get me home."
like you had a map. So it's
Yeah.
like nowadays it's not a big deal to send someone the wrong direction.
No, but I think he did it on purpose, for sure.
Also, why were you scared? I love being drunk in a new city. It's kind of like freeing. Like you can make a jackass out of yourself a little bit, and you can do things you wouldn't do at home.
There was like nobody. It was like a weird night. It wasn't like a. It was like a
Wasn't
Tuesday
popping.
or Wednesday.
I do want you to know that that is a top 5 whitest thing I've ever heard. Is like,
Yeah,
getting
it's-
drunk in a new city. It's freeing. Like,
You gotta use.
first would want to be.
It's more offensive if you don't use the privilege. That's a fact. And yeah, I
I
like
do respect that.
I like being drunk in a new city. You don't feel me on that?
No,
Hans, you
I
like-
feel
you
so
love me on that, right?
unsafe.
Yeah.
I need to know where I'm at. I, need
I like
to
the
know.
environment. The
with
edge is
people
kind of cool. That
that
now
know.
you're the main character of a story, and it's like you got to watch your back. You feel followed. It's sexy.
Yeah, but if you don't know, like,
Yeah, but you were also weren't you? You were in the Navy. Like you have a different level of like.
The Navy's
fear.
not what you think it is, dude. I was not Jason Bourne. I promise. I was swapping the poop deck. There were some cool points. There were some scary
That's
nights,
just
but for the most
the
part,
name
You were
of it,
like
right?
in like off the coast of like a third world.
yeah. I mean, I did some cool. I was in with the Riverines for a little, and I did some cool
What are
shit.
the Riverines?
They used to be,
Wolverines or Marines?
it's the Navy,
Oh.
but it used to be they were developed in Vietnam, and they were like just small, like 25-foot boats with 50 cows on the back that would
Oh,
just whip
sick.
through the rivers.
Like pontoon boat?
Somalia.
Yeah, yeah. But now we use them to just like
Somalians.
precisely that. But
I've seen the video.
to protect American, it's to protect American assets. Like Somali
dingy.
Yeah, well, like when a U.S. ship comes into a harbor,
Well, it's a nice
saw
level
that.
of force. It's not like you're overwhelming them with a giant thing. So they're like, okay, we'll go away. But they can maintain some of their pride.
What's your professional military opinion on the drone situation in New Jersey?
brother,
What?
why are they not fucking shot down? Is
What
my
happened in
question.
New
They're
Jersey?
not
As
on
a
the-
drone
there's-
pilot, I'd like to know.
You don't know what's going on. So like, well,
you didn't read Drone Daily?
quick explanation is it's just
Look,
been drone sightings like every night, and the government's like, we don't know who's operating
The
them.
nearby army base said not ours.
Yeah, and it's
It's so easy to do. There's no, it's like the internet when it first came out. There's no restrictions.
but they're like car size. That's the weird part. And they like go,
Well,
they
low
like
hover.
fly off into the like ocean is where they're parking them basically. So they don't know.
I saw this video. This old dude, he goes out in his backyard, and there's one flying over his backyard, and he sees it, and he's kind of watching it, and it kind of drops down and it goes up, and so he shoots it down, and then
Oh,
the neighbors
got arrested.
got arrested. This is an old like 60-year-old man, and when they arrested him, he was so cool about it. He was like, "Yeah, I shot it down. It was over my property."
I saw that video.
Yeah, it was Amazon, and they were like, we found a bullet hole in somebody's Christmas gift.
I think you should be able to shoot anything that flies over your house if you have the hardware.
For
It's my property. It's from this property and up.
Maybe
Like,
not a commercial.
Infinity?
yeah.
Well,
What about
it was-
jetliners?
Okay,
You can
maybe- yeah,
fucking
maybe-
nuke a jet.
Southwest, yeah. Now, if it's
I bought a lad.
if it's the CEO,
Yeah,
if it's
got
the
a fucking
CEO of a
building.
healthcare's private jet, I think you can shoot that down.
Yeah, that's fair game.
Yeah, because this guy Luigi,
That's an
good luck finding a
invasive,
jury, dude.
that's
He's
an
a,
invasive species.
So funny, dude. Just out there waiting, just like Jeepers Creepers, like one day, dude.
It is embarrassing
He's
for
gonna
that
fly
Luigi
directly over your house.
because they're like, oh yeah, he did it because he couldn't get pussy, and like that's just the story. And that like I saw an article today that came out that's like, if
No,
men
he was
can't
getting
get
a lot of
have
pussy.
sex, they will kill.
listen, that should be pushed out to the youth. I feel
Yeah,
like.
that
Ladies,
should be a
keep it
threat.
hostile.
Yeah.
These men will kill.
Not to the ladies, but to the ruling class economically. Because men aren't sexy unless they have money, and we don't have any money, so men are the
It's
least
not
sexy.
sexy to get money for doing nothing cool. Like I mean, if you were they would just
Though,
give
right?
you
Where
money.
Nobody wants to fuck this dude, but you go also nobody wants to fuck this lady, right? They should team up. They should. There's a group of
But
both
they
of
have
them.
pride.
Yeah, they're all like, oh,
They're like,
I'm
I
gonna
deserve
do that.
better.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like this is your bracket. These are your equals. Like,
As
Well,
much as it's
that's
like,
easy for you to say because you're so youngish and you look like you look good in whitey tighties. But
how do you know that?
I just think that most people
he's imagining it.
don't want to. They want
got pussy.
to. You want to take away people's ambition, sexual ambition. Like that's such a
If
beautiful
you're the guy
thing.
who's like, I need pussy or I'm gonna kill. You go, you can get pussy. It's just not the pussy you want. Like you don't want to fuck within your
Yeah,
bracket.
go to
They-
Vietnam for a week.
Yeah, you can. There's ways for you to get laid. They just don't want to fuck the people who will fuck them.
Also, it's
They're
like,
like,
if
"I'm
you
gonna fuck
really
Scarlett
can't get
Johansson,"
laid,
like-
you that like they do have hookers. Like you do have to go fuck a hooker if you can't get laid, and then that will give you the like wherewithal to be like, oh, I can now I know.
Release.
What about your Teddy B's though? Bundy, he could get pussy the whole time he was
Right.
playing.
Well, that's a psycho. That's a different thing. That's like the intent to murder. Like that's not him being like, God, I can't get pussy. I gotta murder for it. He was just like, I really want to just like.
Well,
murder
the thing is that
Wasn't he getting
we
pussy
don't
like-
want pussy just for pussy. It's also like a social approval. We want Scarlett Johansson to say, you are physically cared for, and I will take care of every physical need that you have.
Yeah, but
baby boy.
If you're ugly, you have to earn. You have to earn up, right? So like, Get the good job, get the good car, get the things that attract that
But
person.
do you think we have like a fair system that rewards hard work?
Dude, you don't
or
have to be a
do, like,
billionaire to get
janitors
pussy.
get fucked up?
You don't have to be a billionaire.
But people are not doing nothing.
No,
Like
there's a
people are
gap
like
to
Uber
bridge.
drivers. Like no one's
Pussy
gonna
with,
find
like,
that
4
sexy.
kids.
Yeah, and you can also
No.
learn
Dude,
to
ask your
Okay,
Ubers.
go to a bar and just tell everyone you're an Uber driver versus go to a bar and tell everyone you're a construction manager.
Yeah, but the people you're trying to fuck at a bar are like retarded versus like the
Where else do you go fuck people then?
You gotta go see these.
fucking Mexican border. I don't know.
You gotta go to a small town, dude. You gotta be a big fish in a
That
small
was
town.
Padre Island.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, you got to
gotta be a charismatic guy.
big city, and then go to Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
and then you're the man.
Or
You
you
just
just
have them.
have a dating app.
If you have the most gumption in Lexington, Kentucky, you're gonna fuck. In Austin, it's a little different. It's a class system.
You go to Greeley, Colorado, and you go, I lived in LA for a month. And they're like, what was it like? Like, you're the man.
Like being an Uber driver is the consequence of getting too much pussy where you had kids and now you can't afford them and now you're like, I'm an Uber driver.
You're like,
That's a horrible way to have kids. If you're helping your kids survive through Uber driving, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, I'm sure like as like a third job, I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah, that's fucking sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
A lot of people do it to keep like the Gucci sweatshirt on their kid too, like just to keep up. They're doing
Dude, a lot of men do Uber as like a third, fourth job just because they don't want to hang out with their family, period. And they're like, yeah, I'm making a little extra.
That's why I got a dog.
Those
dude.
are fucking people that are cucked. They're like, I need to work all the time to have meaning, and they don't know how to enjoy their life.
If you don't want to hang out with your family, you get a dog and take them on long walks.
But they also
My dad,
save up that extra
expert.
money just to leave. Like, they're just pocketing all the Uber money. So they're like, one day I'll just be able to fucking leave these kids.
I love when people pick me up in like a Uber. It's like a brand new Audi. And
Going
I'm like,
right
nice
to the
car.
payments,
and I'm like,
yeah.
how do you, why?
Why? Yeah, this is not responsible.
It's like you got a nice car just to have a bunch of stinky people like have their ass on it.
I get the sentiment. If I'm going to drive around all day, might as well be.
You might as well use it.
Yeah.
I might turn it on.
I'm not
and be
making
like,
any.
Yeah, no, it's
Let me
dumb.
show it off.
But, I mean, I think you do get paid. The difference is you get paid more with a premium car, right?
Yeah, well, I appreciate it as the rider. I don't want to get in a 2003 Corolla. I just don't. I don't
I'm
want.
a bit of a snob right now. I only do.
Yeah.
I only do premium.
See, I like the shitty ones. It feels more.
I need a little
honest.
AC.
You're gonna
I need
get
a little
there.
AC.
I like public transit because then it feels like you're not even taking anything. It's already going there.
That's true.
I'm like nothing right now.
Is it still $1?
Here, you've done it.
No, in New York.
New York, yeah, but that's
I don't think you get a brag
took the
about
bus
that.
once.
New York, you have to. Like,
No,
look
just
at the worst.
illuminating you fucking.
I know
Texans
there are
about
tourists. So like
the
I went to
joys of
Austin,
public
Texas, and took the
transit.
like L line, or I don't even know what these buses are. What are they?
It's L.
Cap Transit. I think that's what
It's like a metro bus.
Cap Metro. That's what it
Yeah.
is. Cap Metro.
It's only for homeless people here. I'm pretty sure. Like the only people I see getting off are
They're like Hispanics and like working class people.
yeah, homeless people.
You ever seen like a well-dressed person at a bus stop, and you're like, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Like that just
Homeless,
screams
paperless.
DUI.
Dude, I fucking hit a cyclist with my car the other day, boys. And
Wow.
I don't know if this is the place to get off my shit.
Slam your beer down.
Well, I'm sorry. I've been bottling it up.
A story.
It's not much of a story. I was driving on MLK, took a left, and I made my turn. A cyclist, a black woman, just for context here, wearing all dark clothes,
I
no
assume
lights.
I'm okay.
Yeah, well, that's just the boulevard I was on. It's always a boulevard. You notice that?
That's why they look.
They tried to spruce it up with the word boulevard often.
MLT.
So
Yeah, I make my turn, and then I see a biker wearing all dark clothes, no lights on the bike, come out of the sidewalk into the street. So I slam on my brakes. Essentially, she just ran into a parked car at this point, but flipped over onto my hood, head, no helmet, hits my windshield, bounces off the ground. It's terrifying. There's like 15 seconds of my life where I'm like, what do you do? I mean, right in front of a coffee shop. So if I drive away, they're getting me. I called 911.
What happened?
Dude, it's insane how much the cops were on my side.
Love it.
It really felt racist.
They're like, look at what she's wearing. Like,
No, dude, it was like, listen, this kind of thing happens all the time. This is why you have insurance. And then they're like, I see one of the cops trying to talk her off a ledge. Like she's starting to get heated, and she's like, kind of raising her voice a little. The woman that I just hit.
you hit her.
And the cop is like, trying to get in front of her. And then one of them's like, just so you know, this lady is adamant on coming over here and speaking to you. And she wants to ask you for money. you don't owe her shit. They're like, morally,
Awesome.
legally, you don't have to give her any money.
The cops are great.
Yeah, and then I'm like, hey, I yelled over. I'm like, I'm very sorry, and she's like, it's all good. Can I just get money for the bus? And I'm like, 100%. I just just kind of hit you with yeah, I got you. And I'm like rifling through my wallet.
Like, how much is a bus?
Yeah, why?
You know,
I had no
Like
cash.
pennies
I
under.
had no cash. So then I had to do the awkward, like, you can just Venmo work? Like, I don't know how we're going to. And she's like, how about Cash App? And then the cops are like, no, we can just take her home for free. To which she said, fuck that, and stormed off and dragged her no longer functioning bike along.
I love that. She's like, "Can I have money for the bus?" And you're like thumbing through money, and you're like, $3?
I was on my way to kill Tony. I went home after. I did not make it.
I think BLM might riot about this.
Yeah, no, it's affected the sleep.
No, we have
the cop were
horrible
like,
infrastructure. Like our roads are just designed to just crash people into each other.
Yeah, these cops are like, dude, you'd be surprised. This is like the 15th one today. People are just getting nailed in
I love
Austin.
that the cops are like, "You don't owe her shit," but also, was that scratch here before she hit your car? 'Cause she really should. She should take care of it.
There's a little dent on the hood, and I don't like looking at it.
I think cyclists should be afraid at all times, and because we don't need them to be on the roads.
It would help
Go-
with traffic.
No,
Instead of
why?
having 17 cars in front of you, it's
No,
just 17
because none of
bikes.
those people are going to bike. No person who drives is going to be like, oh,
Well, it
there's
would
bike
require a
lane
whole
from
change in
San
infrastructure.
Antonio."
Like we'd have to build closer together.
They did the same thing where I'm from in Toronto, and they're reversing it. They made so many streets bike lanes, and the traffic's just horrifically bad. And now all the businesses don't have parking.
Well, you
for
guys
their
probably did it
businesses.
halfway. You were like, let's do a little bit, but everyone's protesting against it, so you can't do it all the way. It's like it takes a whole system to change it. You can't just make one bike lane.
You can't
and
just make
everything
Austin,
fixed.
Texas into like Amsterdam, Netherlands. You know
That'd
what I
be
mean?
so much better.
Elon Musk would beg to differ. I'm waiting on these tunnels, boys. You guys, you're thinking too. You got to look forward.
You think
No,
tunnels?
no.
That's just an extra traffic jam down
Yeah.
below.
And that's a scary one. I think you can't just get out of your car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
bicycles should be illegal.
I'm more of a bridge guy than a tunnel guy because every time you're on a bridge, there's a slight. I'll make it. You know, I'll maneuver. I'll make
Yeah, I'll
it.
figure out how to get off this bridge.
Yeah,
But tunnel, you're like, I'm done.
donezo.
Yeah.
One crack.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
a bike guy.
No,
I don't like the bikes.
no, I
I
don't like the vibe of a dude on a bike
Mm-mm.
or a
You don't scoot.
no, like I'll scoot within like that area,
Yeah.
like the scooting
Then
zone.
I'm
You're not doing rural
like-
scooting.
Oh, I'm gonna
Cross country
it's
scooter.
water.
Yeah, you're not down on the countryside on a nice evening.
It's no,
The scooters also aren't that much cheaper than an Uber.
no.
It's like
Yeah.
you just get in a car with a person.
They're kind of
There's
just fun.
four of
They're
you.
quicker
Uber's not as
quicker.
exhilarating.
in that area. Like if you're going from.
Have you ever been in an Uber and they got like the front seat reserved for their garbage or whatever, and you have to all squeeze
for
into
their
the back?
Wendy's? Yeah.
Fucking assholes, man!
Yeah.
You're a service industry. This is not service.
I like when the Uber Eats people. It's like a couple. You know.
You like that?
No, I don't. but
Okay.
I mean, I like.
Because I've had that
That's
happen.
creepy.
By the way, 9 out of 10 times it's a lesbian couple, right? Because that's all my experience is lesbian couples
They're
picking me
usually
up. And
impoverished.
I just can't help it. I didn't agree to this. I thought I was getting one driver. That should be an option. A co-pilot?
It's always you do see the female like fucking Uber Eats, and like every single guy, like if you have a female Uber Eats, you're like, oh, maybe she'll hang out. Right? Like it's part of you is like maybe she's gonna come hang out, and then you go to
Delivering
get
the
it,
worst food.
right? And then it's like she's
Her
like doesn't
boyfriend,
speak English, and she has like a full Mexican family in the car. They're like, we like to go, we look at the Christmas tree, we deliver some food, and then we go home, and then Donald Trump sent me back to Mexico.
But that's what you want. You want a faceless entity. You don't want
Yeah.
hot people coming by your door all the time.
No, it's fucked.
I beg to differ, dude. What a world. If you just had dime pieces dropping on your fucking.
No, but if a high person is delivering your food, you go, something went wrong. There's no reason. Like you have
Yeah.
allegations. You can't get a
That's
job.
bad.
Like that's
Drink. She's
That's
laundering her
all it takes
Bitcoin
to get a
money.
hot
way.
person to your door.
Yeah.
That's a
You're
hack.
looking. She's
You're
looking.
yeah. There's
She'd be
no way.
hooking.
She's like, here's your McDonald's, and also
Yeah, that's an ugly woman's game or a mother of eights. It's only one or the other.
Yeah, if you're
It's hard
female Uber
to
Eats, you
seduce a DoorDash.
once in a
now.
while you're sucking a random dick.
You can't be like, can I pay you in something extra? And she's like, just do it through the app.
yeah, do it through the app. Yeah, could you just tip in here?
Can I finger you through the app?
That's gonna become a category.
Yeah. They already have.
kind-
Didn't they have Uber Eats or like they like during COVID you could order Uber or fucking like COVID tests and shit like that, or vaccines. You could Uber like there was a vaccine button on Uber, but it was
which
just
is
to, like
bad.
That's crazy.
they would just give you a discount.
Well, I know a
They give you a
person
discount if you
that got
took an Uber to
sick
a vaccine.
because they were just giving the vaccine out to like CVS's, and the CVS was like not a person that knows how to do that, so she was just using the same needle,
Oh shit.
and he got sick.
Like what kind of sick? Like AIDS?
That's crazy.
Like
Good question.
internal
It's like
shit.
no, just common cold. Hearing needle.
Shit that you can't get through your mouth or your nose.
just
Shit
think-
that has to be fucking injected into
Like
you.
Hep C type shit.
Yeah, like something gross. Like,
Fuck.
He got
was-
COVID.
But it was sketchy. Like when they were giving it away like for free, they're like, just come get it, just come get it. They were offering like prizes. They're like, you can get a donut. You want some free Krispy Kreme?
Yeah, like
This
free
thing?
cheese.
It was
Cheeseburger.
intense.
See who's fucking retarded.
it was a
A
dispersion
lot of
of
people are
medicine.
You got it for sure, man.
I got it 3 times.
Damn.
You just kept loading
What
up
was that third one for?
That's
for the love of the
booster.
game, baby.
You get the first 2. That's the initial dose, and then the next one is the booster.
Damn, you got. That's crazy.
Medicine.
Did you get 3? 2? 1? No.
0.
I'm at 0
You're a
too.
raw boy.
I'm zeros. Let's go.
Let's go.
Congrats.
Don't worry,
You
I got
didn't
one in the tank.
participate
I think
in
I'm not
public
even.
health.
I'm not even healthy. Like I eat McDonald's. I eat shitty. I don't question what goes in my body. But my thing is I go, okay, does it cure it? And they go, no, it doesn't cure it. It makes the symptoms less bad. I go, okay, I'm young. I'm healthy. If I'm willing to have worse symptoms,
What about other people? What
But-
about infecting other
But nobody like you're like, oh, I'm unhealthy, but it's like nobody's like, yo, if you don't eat this fucking McDouble, if you don't eat this McDonald's right now, like
you don't.
You
You have to
can't
eat this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pandemic that was spreading all over the world. It's
Yeah,
like
but
there
also-
was something going
but
on.
only
It's
fucking
not just
faggots
random
were dying.
things.
fucking old people.
But people who
Yeah,
got
I mean,
vaccinated still
it
got
shut
sick
down the
and
country.
got other people sick. I got
But
it
less
one
than
time.
other people.
But
People who
anytime
get
you-
vaccinated don't die. I mean,
That's not
die
true.
way less. If you
No,
look at the
they die
graph,
way
the
later
people that die
of the vaccine.
without vaccines is so much higher.
But listen,
It saves so many
you
lives.
said the people who got vaccinated didn't die, right?
hmm
That's their choice.
Yet.
But like that's the thing though.
It's
It's
a public health. It's contagious. So
like
it's
vaccinated, so, I
So
didn't
what's your ideal solution? You're in charge of the country. There's a pandemic. You just say, "Oh, everyone gets to choose. Here's one medicine. Here's another. Choose."
If it's going
Yeah.
in your body, you choose, dog. Like that's
Yeah.
that's
But
reasonable.
here's the thing: is that the best choice for the whole country is to take medicine. Okay, so like if you have cattle, you're not just gonna be like, "Hey, let's just
Bro,
let the cattle decide."
Heard
I'm
him
getting the flights to China immediately. Jesus Christ.
He was downplaying it the whole time. He was like, "It's not a big deal. It's gonna go away by
It wasn't a
Easter."
big deal.
It was a big deal. It
was.
the country. It changed all our
It's
lives.
the country because the fucking government shut
It's
down
because
the
people were
country.
dying when it first came
No,
out. It
they
was
weren't.
much more deadly than
The
it
only
was
people
later
that
on.
died were people that they put on ventilators and later they realized that's why they were dying and they shouldn't have
No,
done
they
that.
were dying because their internal organs were shutting down.
Here,
No,
though.
that's not true.
Every movie,
That was
every
wild.
Sometimes
TV
things
show-
are fearful. It's not someone controlling you. That's just life.
You
Light bulbs
literally
are
have
careful.
wait a second.
Dog.
You have the amount of information as somebody that like in like fucking like April 2020 had. Like you have
Oh yeah,
like, you're
all the
pretending like
all the
everything else that
scientists
happened.
agree with me. All the other
they
countries, international scientists.
No,
You're
they
the only
don't.
ones. Americans that have no education are the only ones saying this. So I don't know why you
educated,
guys.
and you are wrong.
You are not educated. You are
Yes, I
going
am.
on with the American hype train of eschewing education.
Mm.
This is just like my internal intuition is better than people who actually study this.
Well, you're acting kind of like if you get angrier, then you're right, which is not how.
I'm not,
that's
I'm
more
not
American
getting
than anybody
angrier.
else.
I'm getting angry just because that's the conversation. Like I'm not trying to
Yeah, but
put
that doesn't make
emotion into it.
Well, you are, but if you get it doesn't make you right because you're like, well, actually.
Well, then
that
address
just-
the
that just
point.
makes you sound
You're just addressing
more
my
wrong.
emotion. I said something. I don't know what I said, but if you just have to talk about my emotion, then I don't know why you're doing that.
What do you mean? That's exactly that makes your statement makes zero sense.
Israel, everyone in Israel got vaccinated. They were to handle it better.
That's when.
Not everybody, but they
lot
wanted
of
everybody to, and that's a lot of people's issue with Israel too, is that they push that.
They're a group society. Some people think like a group and they handle pandemics better. That's one of the advantages.
Go back to Korea.
Korea's a great place. We have something like there isn't one culture that's better than everyone else. Like we have to take different parts from different cultures.
But you just said that everybody needs to act like a group more, and then
For a pandemic, not for inventing electricity, that helps
Yeah,
have
but
like crazy individuals.
the amount of people, it was 0.001% people died that got it. And then,
But
that's
if
then
you
the
take the
percentage that
number
got
of
it.
people in the country and you say, oh, just 1% of them are going to die, that's like 3 million people. Like you can't just have a country running when people are dying. It's not worth it.
But all
What's the
people
point
who
of the
died were
economy if it's just killing
physical-
people?
All the people who died would have died anyway within the next like 10 years.
Yeah. Also, to be fair,
But
it's
if they're
gonna be a
dying and
they're
people
response, but
like you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna kill your grandpa.
kill both my grandpa.
That's an even
That's
worse invasion of freedom to be like, we have to keep the economy running, so you're not gonna get to see your grandpa for 10 more years.
No, but they what? No,
Ten more
What's the
years.
point of the economy?
And then he'll bring him back to life.
Kept us away from family to be like, oh, if you see
To
him,
keep
you're
you
gonna kill him.
safe. And then you could see them again.
All right, now
Some of them died, but way more would have died if we did what you wanted.
that's not even true.
No.
People still stayed in their house. They still
there
got
were places-
vaccinated. The people who were
There
gonna die
were
were gonna
places
die
where
anyway.
they didn't do that, and this not more people died.
Yeah.
Sweden,
America was the worst.
Sweden, not more people
Sweden
died.
had a very specific situation they were in. That didn't apply to us. We're an international country. They can just shut down the border. They're in the middle of the fucking Scandinavian Alps.
Right.
Whatever.
Bro, all right. Can we
I
get Joe
love this
Rogan
so
in here
much.
to
This is so fun.
head on straight?
I don't know. I've moved on to monkeypox, quite frankly. I think that's the problem.
Maddie doesn't care about anything.
That's what the people
Maddie's
are
just
saying.
like, let's just watch things happen and not involve ourselves in it.
No. I'm forming opinions as
A
everything
lot of
has
people
to
who
say.
died that, like, even so, your grandpa, like, people died from being lonely because nobody could go see them, and they're just like, I'd rather fucking die.
Fuck them then.
So it's okay to die if you're lonely, but not from COVID.
From a disease, yeah. If we can prevent
Stupid.
it,
It's stupid. This is why
Prevent it.
it did. In the countries that did it,
I'm gonna put you into martial law. Just fucking with
you guys need martial law. You guys are just too crazy
were a
right now.
You definitely would be a dictator under. Like,
You're the one that wants to let a disease spread through a country just so you can go to Applebee's.
But it already did spread.
But not as much as it would have if we did do
There's
nothing.
no proof to prove that.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
There's
Other
no-
countries.
The
just
vaccine
came out.
That's how disease spread.
Okay, can I just say this though, Hans? Because I agree with some of the things you're saying, but I just want to say this.
Yeah.
You are ignoring, like, your opinion ignores all of the things that they've found out since the pandemic happened, including certain things that the government just came out.
I think a lot of epidemiologists and scientists would disagree with you. I think that they're on one side and I'm on
But
their
what I'm
side.
saying is that you're like the scientists that you're talking about,
Yeah.
like, you haven't read an article for 2 years about this.
If you take a sample size of epidemiologists, what do you think they'd say?
They would
like,
say
we
that it
know
was
what they would say.
The good ones or the woke ones? The ones that are paid off by pharmaceutical
90% of them.
companies, or the
You
ones
just
that
take a sample size. Just like, okay, everyone who's
I
good
get?
faith.
You'd probably have 3 of them be like, "Yes, you need to vaccinate for everything," and 2 of them would be like, "Honestly, it was fucked up, and people are going to be retarded for life."
I think there's no sign of people with vaccines that have adverse symptoms.
I mean,
There are people with
talking
adverse
100%.
symptoms, but like people who have vaccines, like not a lot of them are dying right now. Like most of them are fine.
Those people aren't dying right now. Like that's
Yeah, so the
that's not-
vaccine didn't kill anyone.
But it also didn't stop the disease from doing the thing because
Isn't COVID
It
still
stopped
around?
it.
COVID
It
didn't go
slowed
away.
it down.
the slowed it down.
no, it didn't.
It could have just been a time thing. Like you're not you got the you got
COVID
3
goes away
vaccines.
in the fucking.
So how do you decide when to give out a vaccine? You just say no vaccine ever.
That's what I said.
Research on
I
it.
should have made the vaccine and be like, "This vaccine works," which is what they
So
said.
how do you
anyway.
determine how
And
much
they
is enough
never wants to
research?
take-
It's just
Let me-
when you
Can I
decide.
finish? Can I finish?
No.
They go, "Here's a vaccine. It works, and take it if you want it. And if you don't, then be mindful that you might be more at risk." And maybe stay inside more and
That's
don't
what they
do shit.
did.
No, they
Yeah,
said
but they
if you don't
demanded
take
it.
You
they said-
didn't do it, and
they
he
demanded
didn't do
They
it.
said
They
if you don't
demanded it.
take
They
it,
were strongly encouraging
They
it.
lost out on work because
Oh, you couldn't work a couple jobs.
Oh, a couple people died that were gonna die anyways. Oh,
Death
fuck.
is way worse than not working a couple jobs. Okay, and especially like people
him
in the military,
far
they
left
all took it.
No. It was optional.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, option. Is that what you like?
You know why it was optional in the military? Because they knew that the people who are in the military aren't fucking pussies, and they don't
You
want to
guys
lose
are
those
just
people.
Americans. You guys are going to do your own thing, whether it's good for everyone else or not. So
My only thing is, I
good
feel
luck with
like
that.
when they pushed out all the vaccines, they spoke in absolutes. Like, if you don't take this, you're probably going to die, and the people that are going to die because of COVID.
Well, I'm sorry the propaganda wasn't good enough for you, but it's a vaccine. It's for this pandemic that's happening.
Apology accepted. But I do I do think that
It's not even an issue in other countries. It's only in America because you guys just want to argue about stupid bullshit.
Choice. No,
Honestly, can I be honest with you, Hans? You're saying a lot of fucking shit that you don't actually look into these things. You just
Have to.
Well, then
The scientists do it for me. I'm talking for the scientists. You guys are like the dumb redhead.
I don't know why
I
this
feel like
became
you
this
guys are like fucking educating people on not taking medicine.
bro.
My favorite thing is I genuinely, truly don't really
Yeah,
have
can I
a
have a
dog in
beer?
this fight. I really don't care. So
I don't care that I care. Like I care about things. Like I don't think not caring about things is a flex.
No, I think it's not a fight that I don't
I
think.
think
It's
that
more so
you-
like I don't have a dog in this fight. Like I have opinions, but I'm not like dying on this hill. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I don't care about dying on a hill because it's all intellectual. It doesn't really matter. So I'm sorry that you're trying to avoid danger, even in intellectual realms.
danger. I didn't get sick again. I got it once at the beginning, and
We're talking
never
about
got it again.
arguing about COVID, and now you're talking about COVID. You're just switching it up.
I think it ruined way more lives the way that they acted and the things that they pressured people into doing than the disease. And the people who died, many of them, as they found out, if you go and look at the research and look at the evidence, that many of them died, especially the old people, because of the way that they tried to treat them in the beginning of the pandemic, which is part of the conspiracy behind the pharmaceutical companies. Because number one, you put somebody on a ventilator, you make more money. You talk about this United Healthcare guy and people promoting that they think it's good that they killed him. The doctors make more money. Every vaccine they make money. Every fucking
Everything you
ventilator
do
they
makes
make
money.
But that's
Well, we're not supposed to do anything that makes money during a pandemic.
all right. Whatever. Arguing with you is like arguing with a person who just doesn't actually care about finding out what the truth is. It's just you want to be right no matter what.
I am right. That's the unfortunate
Yeah,
thing.
but you're not.
I am.
And you're basing it off of like information from like
How to handle a pandemic, what
October
worked.
2021.
Everyone in modern science agrees with me.
They don't.
They
Yeah,
don't.
they do.
They don't.
Yeah.
They
You guys
don't.
don't care. Even if they did, you wouldn't care. So
Dude,
why do you care about
I
that?
wish Joe Rogan was here just to like be like, Hans, you're so full of shit. You have no
I
idea
wish a
what you're talking about.
scientist was here to be like, look at the data.
He's
Just
talked
any
about it.
scientist.
I mean-
Let's just grab a scientist. They'll agree with me. Unfortunately,
Call a scientist
for
right
you
now.
guys.
There's so many versions of the vaccine where they're like, oh, this is actually the one. Oh no, we fucked up. All right, this one is actually this Pfizer's better than this one. This one's actually kind of fucked. Like they put them all out without having actual information of being like there no trial runs, just being like, this shit is fucked up. We gotta fix it. Take this, maybe.
I'm
mom-
sure they
my
did
mom's
enough
best friend-
research
my
for
mom's
them to
friends-
be happy.
Um,
if they were happy, you wouldn't even take their consideration into account anyways. The scientists said we're happy with this.
And they
It was a
changed it
successful
multiple
product.
times. If they were happy,
Yeah, they were
with it,
finding
that
the
was-
best
An awesome
product.
police officer here to you would be like, I'm on your white
That's
guy
just
side."
like that's just how things happen. Like you can't like it's not going to be perfect. We were trying to find a solution, and we came up with this amazing technology that would help. And then
because
the people were too stupid to use it, and that's just so
That's not the
hilarious.
issue.
There's a disconnect between like the smart people
Not
and the
to
dumb
cut you
people.
off. Can I say something for a second? AstraZeneca. Okay, that was one of the first vaccines. It got banned in many countries, including in the United States. Okay, not first here, but it got banned in Europe first because it was giving people brain aneurysms, which my mom's good friend, who's like was our neighbor, died of a brain aneurysm, and he was COVID obsessed. He wore 2 masks. He was like, I'm getting the AstraZeneca tomorrow.
That's anecdotal evidence.
But that's the thing, is that your side, the side that you're arguing for, is like, I do not think in terms of what people experienced. I only look at a spreadsheet and go, look, only 1 million side
Let's
effects.
take everyone's emotions into account. How did you feel during the pandemic? Who gives a fuck? That's science. This is what's right. This is how to keep the herd healthy.
People don't vote on a fucking spreadsheet. They vote. They don't vote for Trump. They don't.
It's not about just doing everything for PR. You're not just doing it to like win votes. This is what works. Why should what works have to be dressed up in the right way for idiots to take the pill?
Because he said he felt like a girl. You know what I mean? Like this. Modern scientists that you're arguing believe that also believe in castrating fucking children to make them feel more like a boy or a girl.
Transgender, yeah, you should. You should become a girl as early as possible.
So if you're,
that
if you're on the side of arguing with all of those things, then now at least I know that you are, have no idea what you're talking about on multiple.
I'm a pedophile because I want to transition children.
No, I just completely disagree with everything that
You don't think if you know a kid is transgender 100%, which is hard to do. Okay, but you don't think that they should transition as early as possible.
There's no such thing. The only people who know that their kids trans are the fucking retarded parents who want their kids to be trans.
So there's no kids that are just trans.
No.
Have you seen people
just
change
not
throughout their
true.
life?
There are.
Of like goth kids becoming skater kids.
Have you
skater
met
kids becoming-
transgender people?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So what if
they're
they could
retarded.
transition earlier? You don't think they would want to do it?
There's an
Some of
age
them
limit,
did.
dude. There's
I think there's scientific legitimacy to trans. Like there is being
There's more things that we should know that Hans is on the side of.
Is
Hans, what do you think about Daniel Penny?
I'm on the side of the homeless guy. I don't
Okay,
think- If
a
you
homeless
kill
guy.
someone, you should go to jail.
And you're on the side of the Palestinians?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And you're Jewish.
Yeah.
Wait, you're on the side of the. Are you on the side of the United CEO or the gunman?
The killer, yeah.
The killer?
Yeah.
So if you still have to go to jail though.
No one knows that you're this far left.
You killed somebody.
No, those are all. No,
You don't think a lot of leftists
Those are all the
are
left
happy
wing-
about it?
No, but
That's crazy. You don't see things you don't care about
in
that.
modern science. We have a healthcare system that works. Also, yes, kill every CEO of the companies that made the vaccines that I
Oh, yeah.
agree with.
Private healthcare means that
so
you can't come up with vaccines. Just not take vaccines.
Johnson should have gone.
Private healthcare is part of the reason that they made people take vaccines because they wanted to make money. If there wasn't,
there was money being made, but there was also a helpful medicine that stopped the pandemic.
Yeah, but if a doctor didn't get paid every time he got vaccinated, he'd be like, "Yeah, do what you want."
So
You
no
said everybody-
vaccines.
you said
Nobody
everybody
can make a
took the
vaccine
one.
because you make
Everybody
money from it.
Take one was stupid, but you took the early one, and like they changed it so many times. It's like if you take something without knowing exactly what it is and knowing exactly what it does, that's dumb to me.
It's like putting an iPod, like the original iPod, and getting it sewn into your body and being like, "This will be."
Yeah, that's what a vaccine is.
In your butt,
Kind of.
you'll be great, and you just do it. Like, hey, this vaccine is good.
I
we should
think
do
that
it.
we have great modern technology. Birth control, I think, is great.
Birth control is shown to make women fucking retarded, crazy, destroys their hormones, destroys their ability to have children.
Okay, but there's
causes
different
birth
kinds of
defects.
birth
That's
control.
what the Salem witch trials were actually about. They were all on birth control. They don't talk about that.
They were all on birth control has positive
I still
effects.
love you though. I still love you, but your opinions are from like 5 years ago.
Your opinions are all from Ben Shapiro.
But also the fact that they made a male
Did I
birth
make your bed this
control-
morning? I like him. He's smart.
I hate him.
Did you make your bed this
He's an
morning?
idiot.
What's that?
You make it.
My girl did.
Okay.
That's
So
even.
Shapiro
involves
Shapiro intake. Nice, dude. Nice. Shapiro intake. My girl made my bed. 2 coffees. 2 coffees. Don't forget it.
like that. That's Spiro plus Tate because my girl makes my bed in the morning.
That's a good one.
That's Peterson.
Yeah, that's Peterson.
Oh, fuck. Damn it, Hans.
Peterson.
Doesn't
You are
mean we're
right.
doing it on stage later.
You are right.
Peterson agrees with what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I disagree with him.
Okay.
I think he's
Name some of the
Kind
people
of
you
weird.
agree with. AOC.
Watanabe.
Stalin.
Alexia Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, I think
You like
he's-
her?
Yeah,
You would vote for her for sure.
yeah, she's great.
What about Tulsi? You like Tulsi?
No,
Because she's a woman of color?
No, because you.
I don't like
you moved
Tulsi
right.
because I don't know. But
was
a lot
like
of
a-
people I like don't like her.
Did you like her before she became a Republican?
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on Tulsi.
I'm
What else do you
glad
wanna
it's
know?
over. I'm glad the conversation about that. So we made it.
Are
out.
you though?
I mean, I was just
You live for
worried.
the
'cause-
conflict.
I mean, I felt like I either had to just give up and be like Hans is right, even though that wasn't how I felt, or just I had to say something, and I did. I think I won. It was 3 against 1, though. It wasn't fair.
Well, Matty was just neutral, just saying nonsense.
bench.
I was like
got some
I was
ducats.
bailiff and all that.
Well,
Flashbacks to hitting black people.
I think it's great that you think you won, but I think if you look back at the tape 10 years from now, I don't think that it's going to look very smart that you were
We'll be watching it at your funeral and be like, it took 3 minutes.
We had 10 in the tank. Colin has more than 10 in the tank.
Yeah, you guys are just
As
in
long as you don't get a fourth. Don't get a fourth. For God's
Cam
sake.
is like, oh, I don't care, but I'm still going to argue about it.
I don't care as meaning like I don't put enough emotion into it to where I'm like, oh, this is gonna affect my day. I mean, I don't care in the sense of like you can feel how you feel, I feel how I feel. We're having a conversation about it. I'm not gonna change your opinion. You're not gonna change mine. Like, I can hear where you're coming from. I can acknowledge.
Well, I
data.
just feel
can
like you guys
acknowledge-
are like
do think
listening
I could change
to like
somebody's
logical points. You're just like
weather,
try
man.
to
If you could change the weather.
when it helps you, you try to make it serious. When it helps you, you just change the tone and the dynamics just to help you win.
like the data shows that we're stopping people from dying. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
You go. There's also a counterpoint where you go, time and herd mentality was going to do that regardless. People who got the vaccine, where you go, well, less people stop dying after that. You go, there's so many different versions of this vaccine. It could have just ran the fuck out. Like,
Yeah,
the idea of
but
like, oh,
that
all
would
these people-
kill more people.
I think
Like,
we
you don't think we should do anything?
Marginally.
So we shouldn't do anything for this pandemic.
percent died.
But
We
here,
shouldn't do
Hans,
anything for this
Can I
pandemic.
just say this?
Can I finish a
Yeah,
point?
yes,
I was
finish it.
talking to Cam. Jesus.
Finish.
So we shouldn't do anything for this pandemic. Is there a pandemic we should do something for? Like no pandemic we don't do anything for?
So you think my stance was don't do anything? Because that's not what I said.
What
I
did you
said
say?
is don't take a vaccine that isn't clinically proven, that hasn't gone through trials, that hasn't gone through tests. That
That's
you're just
medicine. That's technology. We have technology to help the pandemic go away. Like, why wouldn't you use everything?
Because
that's at your disposal.
as soon as this pandemic came out, everybody was like, oh, now we kind of got a vaccine immediately, but we haven't cured a disease since fucking polio. And nothing's free, but now this is because it's a pandemic. Now it's free.
We haven't cured a disease since polio.
Not to mention
We
that
cured.
What the fuck does that
the
mean?
liberals, when Trump came up with the idea for the vaccine, were like, "This is I'm not taking it. It's going to be it's rushed. Trump's making it. We don't like it." And then when Biden took over, they're like, "Everybody got to take it. I love it."
I don't like the
So
propaganda of every movie, every TV show, every artist, every celebrity was like, if you don't take it, you're a piece of shit.
I think that we had.
But it's
I think
also
that we
not
had.
just-
I think we had a unified voice on something, and Americans are just like anti-unified voice. Whatever everyone else is saying, I'm going to say the opposite, whether it makes sense or not.
When it comes to
But
putting
it's
something
happening
in
in
your
Canada,
body
like
that
where I'm
helps-
from. We literally had we had one of the biggest protests in the Western world against lockdowns
Because
we
you guys
had
are
the-
America pilled.
because we had some of the worst lockdowns. Like Toronto was in lockdown for like I think over the course of 4 years, like almost 2 years total. Like they would go out of lockdown and then back in, blah blah. And people did a protest that the government came with automatic weapons, and the protest was because the truckers, Canadian truckers, were being forced to get a vaccine to cross the border to do their job, and they were like, "Fuck that." And the fact that the government came down so hard, like if there wasn't
So you had a
something
protest. What does that prove?
if there wasn't something fucked up about the vaccine, they wouldn't have been so against people protesting about it. Just like now, there's all of the things that you are promoting just right now are what I see as the downfall of Western civilization because
Dealing
of-
with the pandemic.
but you're like you want everybody to be collectively think the same, and it's like that's
At
what
certain
happens.
Points, we have to.
No, we don't. That's what a fucking.
Why wouldn't you use
That's
one
what
of the
an audit
greatest
program-
powers in the human
That's what this
body?
guy served in the military to protect
That's
against.
the worst place for that. Everyone's in a hive mind there. That's ridiculous. A hive mind is just what you
have the
use to
choice
describe
to
things you
get
don't
it, and
want to
that's
do.
not true. It's not a
It's
hive
your,
mind.
It's your way of hive minding is your definition of things that will help other people. And you just want to be selfish. And that's fine.
I mean,
it's great until it runs out of oil.
Yes, I'm just trying to.
It's your life. You should be allowed to be selfish about your
Yeah.
life. Why would I put something in my body that, like, oh, if I don't take this, other people could die?
It'll actually help you. It's not going to make you worse.
How is that
Like
even
making the
true?
symptoms less bad and helping you
The
live.
symptoms weren't bad. Dude, if you thought the symptoms were bad for COVID, you're either 95 years old
So
or
you
you're
just want to have, give me the full COVID. I'd rather take the full one. I don't want the less bad.
But this is also
So I found a choice, and
We
that's
found
the
out
choice
that
that I
people
made.
who got
And you guys
COVID-
chose differently. Congrats.
Are you pro communism?
Yeah.
That's an objective.
like
question.
Dude, that's crazy.
I'm an anxious person.
I don't know why you care so much about this, but there
Okay.
are, like he said, there's every point you're trying to make, and people have been making
You're
these.
not attacking my points. You're attacking like how I'm making them. So I just sort of
Not really.
defend
I
myself.
tried to
You
attack.
just did that, right?
Well, you're just cutting me off. I
We're
tried
having
to
a
attack your.
conversation.
Every time I try to attack your point, instead of being like, "Oh, I could see how that is a thing," "Oh, I didn't know about that," you're just like, "Oh," and you get mad, and then it's like, "Well, so
Well,
nobody's
what you're
allowed to have
saying,
a
I
different
don't agree
opinion."
with.
But you
I
literally
disagree
said
with
that you don't think people should have separate opinions anyway. So then, what's
No,
the
I
point
think
of?
that during a pandemic, we should try to solve it together because that's the best way to do it. Like you guys just can't come together ever. Like you're so allergic to that.
Because you're asking people to not close their business, make no money, be indebted to the government.
Well, we didn't have to do it that way. The bankers should have paid for that.
Can't we come together in the middle though?
Yeah, let's come together
Not
with far
always.
leftist communist ideology to solve every problem. This is
Now who's being unreasonable? You don't want to listen to us at all?
No.
Far leftist
I would say
communists?
so. You guys
I
don't
would say
spend
I'd like to make a
landslide.
point that anti-communist is not that unreasonable. I would objectively, I think.
Okay. Well, why did we start the Cold War
Why
with
did
Russia? Yeah.
Because we were anti-communist.
But so
That's what I'm saying. It's not that crazy of an opinion.
I think it's crazy to just be like, I don't like the way you're doing a government, so I'm going to start a Cold War with you. I think
it's crazy.
Let that do
I think that's also a fair
An
point.
idea.
Hans, like listening to this is gonna think you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but
Well,
they
that-
are. It's
That's not a very conducive way to have a conversation.
no,
so.
but it's
I
not
think you
because
shouldn't
of
just
what
say
you're
that
saying.
people think I'm an idiot because
Well,
you know a lot of people
Go
do
look at the
agree with
comments.
me sometimes.
To be fair, the way we've had this entire discussion has been every time we make a point, your entire process is hearing it and going, "How do I disagree with this? How
I
do I
don't
defend
really like
against
that you're
this?"
analyzing the way I'm like fucking up this argument.
No, I mean, it's
I
you
think that's
literally-
not very conducive to a conversation. Like if you're just gonna say that, I'm just gonna put up a wall.
yeah, but people are watching.
So
this. They have to watch.
I don't care. Like, you guys are like attacking like how I'm making my point,
It's not, dude. Like it's, but that's how.
and that's
That's
just
how
my
the world
point. And
works.
you're like saying I'm an idiot for having my point. So like I'm gonna disagree with you.
Your actual opinion isn't idiotic. It's just the way you're approaching. Like,
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna argue with you because I don't think it is. I think if anyone's
Okay.
rational about it, they come to my point.
so
of
do you
view.
think that in any argument you should be able to win by getting mad?
I think you're trying to keep making this like an emotional thing. Like I'm not handling my emotions correctly, but I don't think that's the problem. I think my emotions have been fine. I've been like way worse. Like this is not that
That's
bad.
fair.
I'm just trying to have a conversation. You're like, analyzing everything I do. It's like fuck. But
Well,
like,
now
it's
you're
hard to
getting
make a
even more
point when I'm like
emotional.
under like a microscope.
It's a microphone.
And we'll be right back.
Gotta cut
Okay, so
No,
Austin
I
comedy.
think you need a sign in here. No COVID conversations.
yeah, we hate
Jesus
that.
I think we
Christ.
should for one sec go around the table, one positive about COVID, and then we move on. One good thing about the pandemic.
You get both my grandpas.
One good thing.
Hell yeah.
Not enough Asian people died.
Okay, constructive. We're getting there. That's a baby step, Hans.
Well,
That's
it's
a baby
designed.
step.
Didn't you hear? It's
invented
designed.
it.
Yeah, we designed it.
Comes here, and you're the one going, "Oh, let's shut down the whole country." Oh no,
Progress. You guys
Well,
fucking
we've been through a lot of pandemics. We know how to handle it.
because you fucking are fucking chickens and shit and spitting on each other's fucking kimchi.
Yeah, I know. We live in a crazy world.
We've been through a lot of pandemics. Yeah, you're living in filth.
Well, we're civilizing. The opium war didn't help.
All right, everybody say one thing.
That's still I hope people listen to.
I think that we live in a more like Asian place, which some would say is more human. You know, living in a suburb just separated from your neighbors.
agree
That
more.
could be like depressing.
I lived in Japan for 2 years. They're doing it right. I'll say that. The Asian culture is a beautiful culture.
Yeah, we're not all spitting in each other's skin trees. Fucking crap grass,
That's
honky.
true.
Japan is a civilized Asian country. All right.
You, by the way, you would love it.
It
You would
goes
love it.
Japan, South Korea,
Wuhan.
China, fucking Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Was it you that?
Laos?
What was your racist thing about Vietnamese people that you were like, "Oh yeah, they're the dirty Asians" or something? You're like
Oh, the Sri Lankans.
brown Asians.
They're like purple.
Spitting in each other's kimchi is the funniest thing I've heard in so long.
Dude, I saw there was like this Korean like fucking grocery store, and I really liked their kimchi, and then I went outside and they were drying the fucking like you know how they dry it first or whatever.
Yeah.
They're drying it like over like pipes, like just like outside the build, like outside of like a grocery store, like on the along the wall.
Humidifiers or AC. Some people.
No, like
need
literally
the-
just like like regular just pipes. I was like, that's fucked up. Like sometimes like Asian shit, you'll be like, this is really good. You're eating it. But if you go to the back and see how they're
And you see
actually
how you make it.
storing it and shit, you're
Okay,
like,
well, most Asian restaurants aren't like that. I mean,
yeah, they're all so clean. Yeah,
clean ones are. If you go to like PF Chang's,
yeah, the
I
one
would argue that's not an Asian restaurant. I don't know if that Peter Fleming Chang's. That
that's an Asian restaurant.
bro,
Take your culture.
Asian theme.
the bathroom every 30 minutes.
Okay, if you choose to go to like a rinky-dink Asian restaurant, you deserve what you get.
It's a theme. Disneyland's not actually a castle. It's not a real.
There's like nice
Really?
restaurants in China where you can go to.
For sure.
Like you're taking our like shittiest
But
restaurants.
Ben said they gotta import their cleanliness. Like he's saying like a traditional one is just going to be the kimchi outside.
Yeah.
But he's saying the PF Chang's one is
Yeah, once the
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if rednecks have good
That's the
hygiene.
Americans with their with their health regulations where you can't hang kimchi from a fucking
Don't talk about health. You know nothing about health. But yeah, I think like Asians have like a lower base.
was supposed to have.
Asians have a lower floor. Like our standard of cleanliness.
But you have a lower ceiling too. It's a
food.
height thing, not a tall.
But if it's both lower, then it's
Boy, now I have a cough. Everybody take a vaccine. I'm not saying go to jail. Oh, you don't right?
You got your fucking laugh track over here. You got your shitty Asian accent.
People have told me that my Asian accent's much better than your Asian accent.
Well, I think that you
Can we go
are
toe to toe?
just, just trying to like make a big stink about COVID, and I just don't know why it's such a big deal for you.
Can we have an Asian accent off, or is that
That's not Korean.
maybe
brother.
next
That's
topic?
Chinese.
Taylor, you get another topic.
I know Korean.
We need a little positivity over here.
Is there like a sports segment of
Trying
the
to
show?
I'm trying to be funny and not
Poignant.
just give in to you.
Well, you don't.
This
We
is-
don't have to
this
do
is fun.
anything. We
People
can
are
just
gonna
have a
like it.
conversation.
What are people saying on the live?
There's a bunch of stuff.
Hit us with something. Hit us with something.
Let's not do that.
Hit us with something.
Any viewer submissions? Do we have a viewer submission?
No.
So, what do you
Super
think
chat?
about the basketball league that we have?
This is nice.
Ben hasn't been.
WNBA?
Pretty much.
No.
I
pickup
you guys playing basketball?
Yeah.
Fuck, you get angry at basketball?
Yeah.
I remember the last time I went though. You were having a good game, and they started the chant. This is Han's gym.
Oh
That
yeah.
was fun. That was a good time.
Cam.
Yeah, Cam and Jay Legend.
Yeah.
They started up the This is Han's gym. That was fun. It's like three. You got
didn't
like
hear
3
that.
buckets.
I
and
was two in the
they were-
zone.
Where is it at? LA Fitness?
No. Givens. Sometimes.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I haven't been in a while. Hans is a physical player.
Yeah, I bet.
You can ball.
Tenacity.
You can ball.
I don't have a lot of attributes like speed or quickness.
That's why you got the booster. Just
So I just gotta
But
fucking
I know
bounce past it.
if I'm your defensive assignment, you're making my night a nightmare. You're just on me every move. I can't turn. Everywhere I look, there's Hans Kim.
I mean, that's what you do when you're not good at like
I'm the same way.
laying up.
I'm a defensive guy. I'm a presence down low. That's it.
Yeah.
I have no real skill.
Matty's good, but he doesn't care.
I'm just here to have fun. I'm burning calories.
Yeah.
Hey, Hans is acting like we're at an open tryout for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just taking my J's.
On.
He's smiling.
I'm a big smile.
He's like, oh, I missed it. I'll get it next time.
Maybe there's like a experimental drug you could take for anger management.
MDMA.
Yeah, I mean, that's my thing. It's
3
just
doses.
taking new medicine.
Have you boys ever gone on a Molly run? You've gone on a Molly run, huh? Never.
Taylor, do we get a nice pick or a little
Yeah, I got you.
sick?
What does that mean?
Like just a pick of us for
Oh, a
socials.
picture.
Oh, a picky? That's crazy.
Is it a Canadian thing? Was that Canadian?
I got a little picky.
You guys do that. You add Y's and
Sometimes,
IEs at the
yeah.
end. I like that.
A loony and a toonie.
Do you know? I don't know enough. If one of you guys can't piggyback on this, it's gonna go nowhere. But do you know about these Irish gypsies that are just like getting away with murder through America? They just fucked up that dude Paul Bissonnette, who was an NHL player. Are you aware of this at all?
Irish gypsies, no.
All right, we'll have to move. We'll have to move.
No,
along,
tell
'cause
me about this.
it's just so fresh. I don't know enough about it,
Irish
but there's like these Irish gypsies that have been getting away with murder throughout the U.S. because it's just like
Well, we had an Italian assassin. Now we have an Irish.
not
Gypsy.
enough people. I think he's gay, this Luigi guy, and not enough people.
Definitely bi.
Oh man, but when McDonald's the employee snitched, I was like, of anybody,
Not in my
to
McDonald's.
tell on.
Not in my McDonald's. They
Someone
ain't
is getting
snitching.
fucked over by CEO
I tell you-
more than anyone.
Yeah,
The McDonald's on South Lamar, they ain't snitching. I know those people. They got tight lips in there.
My girlfriend gave me a crazy conspiracy though. She was like, she doesn't think that that's the actual guy that was in the picture. Their noses are different, and the eyebrow. Yeah,
That guy looks different every photo he takes.
But that's a Bundy thing, dude. Bundy could move his face around a little, and he was just a different guy.
I love a good conspiracy.
Yep.
They're fun.
Just like that. Ben, where'd you go?
COVID,
Yeah, I died of
the
COVID.
vaccines. Man, vaccines are sure great, huh?
I thought it was over. Isn't COVID gone?
Yeah, I thought this conversation was over.
Sorry, man.
I
We gotta go until 3
Let's
hours.
talk about COVID. Let's talk about basketball. And everybody's like, yeah, you got really mad at basketball.
No, they said I was good.
Yeah.
Said you had a good
defense.
game. That's good. Yeah, you are tenacious. Very committed to.
Cam is athletic. He's like got the natural gift. Like when he leans back and shoots it, there's no way you can block it.
You mean like every black person?
Lanky.
I learned from the better.
Yeah. You're like Steve Novak. You kind of just jack him up, right?
Yeah. I mean, I played my entire life.
There's
But
something.
you're not
not
like
bad,
playing your
actually.
hardest. You're
No.
you're just sort of staying on the outside, but you're not
Just-
giving
it's,
us your
it's so
100%.
easy to get injured playing like pickup basketball.
You know you're not supposed to play your hardest.
Yeah.
As a 30,
You're hanging out with your friends, dude.
Truthfully, the only person that I would play like super hard against would be Jake.
Jake who?
Jake.
Palfrey?
Yeah.
He's like you, but longer.
Jake's nasty. Jake
Yeah.
is somebody where I go, this is somebody I grew up playing against.
Longer.
And then-
strong.
We're talking
Yeah.
longer in the arms, to be clear, right?
yeah.
Dude, chill with the record.
He's long,
that
but
was
less
great.
girthy.
You have the proper.
Bulkier me. Yeah, for sure. Cam has been ducking me one-on-one. Cam and I have been supposed to play one-on-one for the last.
Everyone challenge. It's so annoying being with him because there's always some new open micer who happens to be black that challenges him to a game. And it's like
This is-
$500.
This is a lot like being a regular on Kill Tony, just getting challenged left and right by these open micers.
Well, luckily, that's not happening anymore.
It's dead and
Yeah.
gone, but I'm just saying you can
The
relate.
what? The Microsoft.
Challenges.
Oh.
I'm not getting
Didn't
challenged.
somebody
I'm
get
just
really
chilling.
injured at one of your basketball games?
Someone broke their
I
leg.
took a video. of
Oh,
Did
it
you see
was Colin O'Mara, right?
No.
The video is insane
Is he vaccinated?
the video shows everybody else still playing, and then I pan over to him and zoom in, and he's down, broken ankle.
Who is it?
Let me see.
Close mine.
A comic?
I'll pull it
I can
up.
charge it.
Let me show you this video. It's fucking nuts.
He broke his leg like Kevin Ware.
He broke his
Who
ankle.
broke it?
Oh,
It was like immediate too, because like he had
He's fat.
like sprained it, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm still good." Went to go like run on it again, and immediately everybody heard this like click, and we're like, "Oh, he's done." He just laid against the wall. He was like,
Yeah.
Kevin Ware was the college dude behind the 3-point line that like snapped it.
yeah. And then Louisville went on a crazy run because they were like trying to avenge him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for his own injury. It's not
Nobody
like
touched
he
him.
did it.
Yeah, nobody touched him. He just landed weird.
We gotta win because he blew his leg out.
That is the worst.
Yeah, I
way to
heard it was
fuck up.
medium rare. Is this weed?
Yeah.
Nice. Blow the blast off. You like to see that.
No, it's not. It's nicotine. Yeah, it is.
Now you could tell. You could tell by the
Harshness on your lung.
you don't mind. You're wonderful. I'm pretty sure I set off a airport alarm with one of these. I don't think I'm well.
I'm sorry, Hunt. I'm sorry I attacked the way that you attacked. I'm sorry I attacked your attack.
I don't think you're really apologetic right now.
No?
I'm gonna wait.
You
I
wouldn't
don't
even look at me in the eye because you felt the love, bro.
I don't look anyone in the eye. That's one of the
You
benefits.
directly looked me in the eye. Couldn't have been.
Who are you again?
Never looked a single person in the eye. Man.
That's more intimidating that way to look me in the eye. And
Well,
tell you
I
you'll
was
never-
blank behind the eyes.
Yeah, there was-
in my-
I think it brought us closer together. I think our COVID arguments.
I know you disagree. I know a lot of people disagree. I'm glad that we can talk about it. What I hate is Matty Stew. He doesn't have an opinion. He doesn't engage. Like, at least we can get to our roots, but I don't know nothing about this motherfucker.
Ask a question.
Mike,
Ask a question. Exactly.
whoa.
What?
The military told him to hold it in.
Yeah.
Military definitely makes you cooler.
First of all,
Does
I
anybody go and get like less cool? Like obviously, if you get like your leg blown off, it's not great. But
I have
You're-
opinions for the record. I don't care to argue about something that happened 4 years ago. There's a lot going on
You'd
there.
rather think about the military.
Well, the current situation is a
Tell
much
a
more
good war
compelling than the
story.
coronavirus to me. Yes,
seriously,
quite frankly, yeah.
Tell a story about how you were militarying and then something crazy happened.
Oh, okay. I was on the USS Fitzgerald. We were in the South China Sea. I'm sure you're familiar. And
The fuck?
it's going. You said you hated me 5 minutes ago. Yeah, now I'm throwing heat. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. We're in the more
We-
Korea, the Yellow Sea kind of area.
Okay, fair. And I'm a Red Sea guy because the complexion. But anyways, so we were in the South China Sea in a Filipino tanker ship. I don't know what was going on. There's a lot of conspiracy behind this that there's like Russian hackers involved in like our radar that evening. I kind of think that's bullshit. But we got rammed by a Filipino tanker in the South China Sea, and it created like a huge hole underneath the waterline, like in our ship. And like for 32 hours, we were fighting like flooding, and our ship was like pretty much
So you were like how far from land?
was it?
60 nautical miles. I don't know.
So
if
you
that-
can't swim that.
No. We were like in the middle of the ocean.
Is it aircraft carrier or like a
A
rig?
destroyer.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So I think that's
Yeah.
503 feet.
So you all didn't see it coming, like from like really
No, that's
far.
the thing. That's why there was like all this like collusion.
Was it nighttime?
It was at nighttime. Yeah. And it was kind of
There's so
blamed
many
on
videos
negligence.
like that
Yeah.
because people just set it like in it's the ocean.
It's like a crock pot.
It's funny because like everybody does
You
shit
get
at
radar.
night. I feel like if you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean during the day, you're like, nothing is gonna happen for the next 12 hours. And when I go to sleep, we're fucked.
Yeah. Dude,
Don't they
died,
have-
it was bad.
Like, are there like airplanes like in the air at all times around the fleet?
No.
Well, there's an aircraft carrier that's like not necessarily. We had an air base up
Now
north
they
in
probably
Japan.
would have drones up at all
Yeah.
times. Right?
I mean,
Just
we were
looking
stationed
out.
out of Japan.
Well, the
True.
two people were at fault.
Oh, wait,
the
was it even
captain of
moving?
your boat and the captain of the tanker.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, the
what
captain of
was
our
your
ship,
guy doing? That's
happened to have been a woman. I don't just by happenstance.
Why
was he
Happenstance.
born a woman?
He was.
New Zealand lost like a $50 million destroyer because there was a female fucking
Yeah.
lesbian retard.
Well, what did her womanliness have to do with her fucking up the boat?
Nothing. You said man, and I corrected you.
Dude, this is like chess. I'm watching. It's like who can fuck up
Nothing.
first?
No, I'm just trying to continue the
can
riff.
find-
And you guys are
I love
acting
it.
like we're still arguing. It's weird.
No.
No, it is. It's actually funny that like we'll just change the subject and you're like, so what's the issue with that? It's pretty funny. It is funny. I like it. I like that you did.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what kind of woman this was.
She was
Did you forget about that?
she was a
Asian.
white American woman.
Hmm.
Yeah.
She was probably like on her phone or something.
Yeah. Probably swiping. Right.
On the chat phone.
Did she look? Was she like butchy? Yeah.
If the shoe fits, Ben.
Did you all have service out there? Like, could you like come?
Why would
No.
they-
No.
What is this obsession with letting? Like, why do women even want to do these things?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But why do black people? They just want to do it to do it.
Yeah, but also why do people want to do it? Like,
Yeah.
it's a different thing of being like, why go to the military? Why
Yeah.
go on a boat? Why go? Like,
They're so different. It's hard to pick.
But as a
who
man,
it
there is kind of like a
but-
bit of a like.
you don't think there's that for like a strong woman?
Yeah.
Of being like, yeah, I'm doing a male's field dominate. Like, she was
Yeah.
clearly doing a
They're
top
motivated by
job
spite.
spite of like, we're not supposed to do this, but I'm doing this because I'm
Yeah,
the boss.
it's like an elephant being like, "Whoa, look at me!"
But it's not like
fucking.
he's like, yo, I'm gonna get so much pussy from the like, you know what I mean? It's like dudes are like,
I don't know. She might.
what's
Is
there a
that the
part of
best
you?
motivation?
That's kind of the type in the military. It's like imagine like the gym bro That's like the female version of a military member. They're like the gym bros kind
I
of.
could see a military woman pulling like whatever woman they wanted.
Oh, they're eating box now.
Yeah.
These chicks are scissoring, dude. Scissor McTimbers, as we say in the Navy.
Because I would think if you're a lesbian woman at a bar and you're looking for another lesbian woman, she comes up to you and she goes, I'm in the military. I have a high rank position on this net. There's a confidence there. There's a security there. There's like a.
Yeah, like
Don't we
mommy.
end up getting a lot of people like how many men get fired for every woman that works in the military? You know what I mean? For like
Well, yeah, it's population.
sexual harassment, said something didn't like, homophobia, this, that, like, you know, it's like just get them. It's distracting for the guys who actually have to do the thing, like bail out the boat because you hit the fucking.
They're not
torpedo
listen.
naked.
They're not having sexual
Devil
assault
kid,
training in ISIS. That's all I'll say.
But then
It's a different mentality.
do the women
mean
go,
enemy,
I'm trying to
right?
do my
The
job and they
enemy
keep
at
trying
the
to float.
time, whatever the current enemy.
Okay, so think about this.
Right now, the enemy's
Ben said
something.
something that is very controversial. No women in the military. Do you agree with that? Yes or no?
I would say no, but I would say there's certain positions where it for sure does not make sense. It's a total quota move to try to make a woman SEAL or a woman ranger. That's a
I
quota.
also don't think it should be never, but it shouldn't be like.
Ben, would you agree they make great nurses?
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
so they can nurse.
Chefs, maybe? Cooks?
It's
controversial, but it's fair.
Yeomans,
What
pencil
about
pushers.
an
We would have
upper
lost World
echelon?
War II. We would have lost World War II if like 50% of the fucking destroyers and important military assets that we had during World War II were run by women then.
I think we would, if we
Women
have
had
a
important
woman,
roles then,
if women in the military are there, that means a bunch of other things are happening that are modernizing this structure.
right?
Which I think is.
It's saying that
You don't
there's
think
not
our
enough
military
women
now is more open-minded and adaptive to change than our World War II military? Like, we know how to fight urban warfare, we know how to fight desert, we know how to fight jungle.
But I've seen like a lot of.
I mean, they
met
had,
a lot of
all of those types of warfare in World War II too.
But I've met a lot of women. who
Our
have been in the
military was
but,
nothing
like,
in World War II.
I've never met an infantry woman.
the biggest
Like, I've never met a
military-
front lines woman.
I mean, when we started World War II, our military wasn't this giant behemoth that it is now. It was like we were isolationists. We didn't even really invest that much into our military.
That's not fully true.
That's
so
wholeheartedly
what
true.
happened during World War II is, first of all, America was building all of the weaponry and ammo for the other allies before they entered the war.
Yeah.
So England was already using, everything was U.S. made, you know, and they were using those. So similar to kind of like what
I
they
just
did
think
in Ukraine.
a military that lets women into certain things is more modern and more modern thinking. And I think like being open-minded and diverse is a sign of being adaptive to change, which I think war is like a lot of adapting to change from what I read.
I think part of it is the reason there's so many women in the military now versus then is because we're not at war. And if we were at war, they wouldn't sign up.
Mm.
Because the dudes who were signing up were literally like in World War II, they were
True.
15 lying about being 18 because they wanted to fucking fight for their country so
I
bad.
think it's more of a man characteristic to be like, I have to fight for my country because, you know, I could go there and die.
And you guys are forgetting, but though, how many jobs there are in the military, though. Like, we definitely 100% need women in the military.
Yeah,
Mostly
women were
talking about,
down
like-
for the military. They were like working in factories.
Like
Yeah. If you dwindle it down to that, I would say like
infantry and like running like
I would
that.
say
I've met an
Oh.
infantry woman. I've met
they
women
exist.
in the military, but like front lines.
What do they look like?
A lot of I mean, what you would expect. Short hair, wide
They look like
shoulders.
Cam.
Yeah.
No, they're buffer than me.
Yeah.
No,
No,
honestly,
they would
like,
actually
it
put
doesn't
Cam in their
happen.
back.
Like, I think
these
that-
are big broads.
Like when it comes to Israel, I think like I like that the women are hot in the military. I think that's okay. I rather just hot chicks in the military who are willing to fuck the other dudes.
Can you imagine
Like,
getting
you know,
killed
fuck
by a
you.
hot chick?
By a babe.
Dude, fuck you. They're killing you now.
No, but I'm saying like if
just die with a
there's hot chicks in your military, you feel more like, yo, I'm gonna protect this bitch. Whereas like if you're fucking fighting next to some butchy bitch, you're like, I don't care if she gets popped. Like
Say, I think there's something to be said about like those guys not
You say the
having
bitch-
sex, but if they
Yeah.
don't have sex, they have more aggro. They're more like, I want to make it home, so I can't.
But even in
have
the
sex.
Israeli and other armies, I'm pretty sure
Oh
they
my
have like
God,
it's
that
more
was-
like all female unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they kind of do their own thing.
You know, in Glorious Bastards, they cut off the Nazi scalps. These hot Israeli women, they're cutting off hard boners and wearing them around their neck. They bring them back home as jewelry.
This is what kind of humor you
For
get.
real.
Is that facts?
This is fucking, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah. I am the psychopath here. I'm just saying that they're hot women and you're going to get a boner as they come at you with a rifle. That's hot.
It is hot.
Would you like to counter that, anybody? No, didn't think so.
Scarier for if you're fighting against hot chicks, it's scary that they're like, you're like, this is crazy because
You want to show up for the hot chicks,
Yeah, you
but you also
But you don't want to shoot a hot
No.
chick.
but you want
I don't know.
That's like,
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You thought you had it easy, huh? You thought you had
a lot of prisoners.
fucking bitch.
but that's the
war.
thing. But that's the
You're
thing.
gonna bat your eyelashes at me in the fucking trenches? I'm not gonna take the trash out. It's your fucking duty tonight.
Look at what you're wearing, you fucking whore.
Yeah, you think that camouflage? I can see your tits from here, bitch.
She's like, she's a prisoner of war. Hear me out.
Ugly girl.
I'll
She's
interrogate
an
her.
ugly girl, her whole life's been.
I'm
war.
the
Let her live.
interrogator.
Let her live, dude. Let the uggos live.
I want to interrogate bitches.
Americans would have trouble fighting against a force that had hot chicks, but
Don't you think girls have gotten too hot? We need a reset.
No, the people that hate it the most are the Muslims.
oh no, sorry, I got that wrong. Yeah, we would be like
We'd be cool with
cool
it.
with it.
Yeah.
And the Muslims would be
Muslims-
like, how dare you? You are not even allowed to drive, you motherfuckers.
Could you imagine if a hot chick shot a foreign person? They'd be like, "Are you serious? Like, I'm shot by this bitch? Like, shot by that dude."
They'd be like, I know it's just your systemic racism that caused you to be here today. Are you okay? Do you mean call an ambulance?
Snipers? I've never heard of.
Yeah,
a
have you
female
seen Enemy
sniper.
at the Gates?
What is that?
It's a Jude Law movie
That's
About
a
Russia.
movie. Is it like?
based on a real story.
Is it?
Is it about that?
Enemy at the Gates?
What?
Oh my god, it's
I
such
think
a
I've
good
seen it.
movie. Jude Law, he's having a sniper battle with the German guy.
A woman sniper would use the scope for the wrong reasons to snip. You know?
They just try to find the pimple.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be for this.
They try to find the pimple on their face.
Something like that. She's not even wearing
Get at
makeup.
them.
Oh my god! I can really see your pores with this thing. This is 125x. Yeah, I don't think it'd be good. I think you want a man behind the sniper. That is a stance I will.
Oh my god, sniper is the most feminine job ever.
Hiding in a bush all day? That's what men
I guess so.
One of your
do. Oh, my bad. My bad.
Is that the jungles of Southeast Asia on your phone?
Yeah, that's the Sultan's daughter calling me back.
Yeah.
I think that just women should just. I hope Trump just fires all women from the military. And
What about Supreme Court?
I'll disagree with that one. He put
Did they make it
policy on.
Supreme Court?
honestly, yeah, like I don't know, but yeah, probably.
So just because Amy Coney Barrett is in there, you're pro women in Supreme Court.
I
You just Ben, are you mad at your mom?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he died.
Yeah.
He's mad that she died.
yeah. No, I see. There's a root to all of this, Hans. There's a root to this.
No. I just, I'm not mad at my mom, but my mom definitely wasn't competent in a way where I'd be like, my mom drives a destroyer off the coast of the Philippines. You know what I mean? Like,
She didn't have two jobs like
she was a
Mom's
high,
mom.
she was a high school art teacher. She was great at that. You know,
She was liberal.
back then, yeah, like that version of liberal,
Ugh.
which they used
Growing
to be
up with
against.
a
They
liberal,
used to be against vaccines, believe it or not. The liberals used to be the ones that
the hippies,
the hippies,
the
yeah.
dirty, smelly hippies.
Anti-war too. They used to be
Anti-war.
back in the day.
So it's the whole
Broken
poles have
clock.
flipped. But no, I just,
By today's standards,
if I was in the military, I'd probably have, like, I'm joking because it's funny to say that women should just not be allowed to do things, I think. But
Ben, you'd be a plumber.
You'd be a great politician.
yeah, no, I would. I might have to be one.
Isn't it funny?
I think so. Maybe would you just Republican?
Would I? Yeah, if it was
The
here.
Tories?
Yeah,
What do they call it in Canada?
conservatives,
Is it the
What's the
conservative
liberals
party?
called?
liberals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
You guys just name yourself. It's like naming a dog dog.
That's funny. Yeah.
Or
No, I
Adam.
don't know why they just, well, because those parties were invented back then. I don't know. They were just like, we are the liberals, you are the conservatives.
No one have any
Tories.
personality.
The Tories are the conservatives. They call them Tories sometimes. I don't even know why. It's some old English name thing.
Horrible.
But they have the
at
same
running
thing
the
in
government.
The same thing in England. So it's like the same.
Yeah.
thing.
The MPs.
Yeah. That's what you guys fought for, to be able to call Democrats Republicans.
Now we're ruled by them instead of a king.
Yeah, we don't have a king. I mean, we have Trudeau, but he's not.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah.
Some states they would say we have a king.
What?
The king has arrived.
Yeah.
Trump is sort of a king-like figure.
Almost. If only someone tried to make that point.
Yeah, and people that love freedom just love a king for some reason.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it's cool to like the king to the king. Something about that. Isn't it?
Cool about like if you're with
Yeah, you did none of the work and you get all the benefits.
His Majesty. Everyone
I
just
love a
drink
king.
to the foam. Yeah, they are the Kardashians of England, right? They have no say. They can't make law. Are they lawmakers, the royals? I don't know anything about them. No, people like to watch the wedding. They like Harry.
They can. Yeah, I think they can do shit.
They're like long-term celebrities. They're not like Hawk Tuah. They have to come up with a podcast and like fucking scam people right away.
Does the queen have to answer to the prime minister or other way around?
They've done some form of separation, but like I don't know, like the queen.
Is that
you
what
know,
Brexit was?
No, that was
Listen, I keep it at home field, baby.
That's
I
Canadian.
keep it here.
Brexit was
Unless you're in
England
South China
getting out of
taking
the
away
EU.
rights from
Right.
Philippine oil tankers.
You used to be able to have
All right.
you used to be able to have a EU passport and live in Britain, and then you could live anywhere in France and fucking Hungary or whatever. Whereas that now there's actually a British passport,
And dollar.
and they
They
always
always had the pound,
they
right?
always kept the pound even when they were part of the
Even
EU.
when they weren't supposed to.
yeah, when they weren't supposed to, because
That's
they were like,
cheeky of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cheeky.
We English. We invaded you.
Yeah, well, the Beatles.
but
That's all I got.
yeah, no, Canada's basically just Trump really hit the nail on the head. It really just is a 51st state with a bunch of bullshit. And
Canada?
the issue for America is that because Canada and Mexico are allowed to be their own countries,
Do you think that might be a new
They-
Adam Sandler movie?
What are you saying now?
51st State?
because Canada and Mexico are allowed to be their own countries, if they weren't, America could control the immigrations there, and it would protect good part of America a little bit more.
I mean, Guam doesn't even have statehood. You want to give it to Canada?
Dude, I've been
I
to
mean,
Mexico.
Trump brought it up. That's why I brought it up.
Well, what else did Trump bring up? Trump's
That he would make
mouthpiece.
Mexico 52nd state
I
after Canada the 51st.
What do you guys think about this opinion? I think that after
Our
Be
flag.
American, dude.
What about our flag? How do you divide 52?
What do you mean? You just fucking put another
no
star.
Hans, that's a
Just add
great
two.
that's a great question because our
It's symmetrical.
symmetrically it's palatable on the eyes, it's perfect.
But you got to add one
I
top
think
left.
there's
one
enough
bottom
graphic
right.
designers in this.
We don't even
country.
have Washington, D.C. as a state. You want to give it to
We probably realistically
Mexico?
won't become a state. It'll probably be more like a massive Puerto Rico.
What
But
we're gonna do?
Trump, but we'll still
You
have.
remember when-
be American?
Do you
That's
remember when
not good.
there was
good for me.
they were actually trying to make the
love
Dakotas
it.
one? Do you guys remember this? They tried making the Dakotas one state.
And they were
And
like,
they got
that would
pitched-
be 49.
It got pitched mega coda, and if there's any guy in office that mega coda comes on his desk and he slaps it with the approval stamp, I think we have our guy. Then you make Canada 50. We're back.
Okay, so we rearrange all the states.
Being from South Dakota, that would be retarded.
Nobody cares about yours.
He's from South Dakota.
Oh, that's crazy.
Population of 10.
The whole thing is retarded, but like if we're going full retard, it's like I'll gladly just become American and not have.
There's also nothing more
Live here.
retarded than
Why would-
being from South Dakota. So why you shit the fuck up?
Yeah, why do you have an
Canada
opinion?
American?
You,
pretty sick.
Your name to Megakota would make more people happier than would make them bad.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
North and South Dakota genuinely hate each
Herd
other.
immunity.
And
man.
North Dakota is the only place worse than South Dakota. So we would have nothing to talk shit about.
You wouldn't fuck with Mega Coda? You guys are crazy. That's bad. That's what I fought
the
for.
first time I've ever heard this idea. I think it'd be
No one's even talking about
Ordinance
this.
are just coda.
That's what he Morse code on his boat in the middle of nowhere. He's like, "Oh, this is a big news story." He hasn't even heard of it. He's not even from.
Morse Coda.
Mega Coda, like it wouldn't even be nearly as big as Texas. Like
No.
it would still, you combine both of them, and so calling it mega is crazy.
You know,
South Dakota.
Texas, mega Texas, just out of pride.
I mean, we're a mega country. Like, Japan is similar. If you could look this up, because I don't know, similar in population to America. Not obviously a lot
About
more.
half.
Okay,
If I had to guess.
they're the size of California, the entire country.
Yeah.
We're so vast. This country is huge, dude.
Yeah, but we're still also smaller than like
A lot. Russia,
lot, like
Mother
Russia.
Russia.
2 other countries.
You could fit like
we're big boys.
Russia and half
U.S. in
Hinterland.
Africa.
And if we
Japan,
have Canada,
124 million.
come on.
Africa's, you know how like Africa on the map isn't like what have you seen like the realistic
Oh,
map like,
yeah, yeah.
sizing?
Yeah.
The
It's
Mercator
like you can
projection.
like you know how the map looks, but it's like Africa's actually way bigger than what it looks like on the map, and it's like the size of Russia or bigger or something.
But if we look at what's used, like land, Russia has a lot of empty space. We don't have like hella empty
So does
space.
Canada. That's why Americans want it.
Like
All-
Texas has
And
empty
we have
space,
all
but,
of
like,
the
that's
lakes
about
that
it.
You guys have it all.
We have oil. We have everything.
I mean,
We like oil.
We have everything.
They got oil.
We got oil.
Plus, most
I just found out oil.
most
They got oil.
Canadians want to be American. Most Mexicans want to be.
Why
American.
do you guys put your milk in bags? Let's talk about that.
Don't you do that here?
No, we don't fucking do that here.
No.
Oh,
No.
I don't know.
Have you not had any milk in America?
Yeah, no, I have.
I mean, you
I
don't
just didn't know
any other plastic.
I didn't notice that they didn't have it. I just kind of, I mean, we have
like a wine
both.
bag.
I don't
I don't
know
like
why
wine.
we have it. I've never like asked. It's just like a thing.
Why
I think it's a
don't you have
it's a
milk
European thing.
bags.
I've never seen
It's
milk.
honestly, it's probably cheaper for the companies because
Yeah.
the companies aren't as big.
It's
So
really coming back on me. The eggs on my face here, isn't it?
No, I've never seen milk.
Joke's on me.
I didn't even know they
I never
existed.
see
you're making some great
liquid in
points.
bags because you
Have you
can
ever
just
even heard
puncture
the
it.
term milk bag?
No.
That's like
I
something-
used the term bag of milk earlier when I was talking about Ozempic. I said that.
Bag of milk is comical to me. Like that to me is like a
you know,
fictitious.
but it's like, do you know what the bag looks like? It's like
no.
yeah.
I would say like I
Can
would
you pull it
I would
up?
guess a wine bag, like
Canadian
slap
milk
it,
bag?
you know?
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
If I had to
But-
picture, I would
I'm
imagine
thinking
like
a wine bag.
No, it
Is it like a
milk
purse?
bag.
It's like a fancy little purse that with a
No, it's like the
butter. Does it?
No fucking way. No part of me would have picked this out of like a lineup.
yeah. We have
Like-
you can buy those little
Oh, it's
things. that-
like an udder. You milk it like an udder, eh?
no, that's 3 bags in there.
I'm sorry for code switching on you. Should I not do that?
No,
Should I
it's
not say eh? Okay.
3 bags in there.
That's crazy. Wait, so there's 3 bags in that, or you just
Yeah.
It looks like
with-
it looks like cup lids or like
So-
napkins.
Keep
Well,
going.
that's not American.
So
We don't
the-
really sell things in threes.
Yeah, we cut that shit there.
You gotta cut it.
Yeah, so you have to get one of these things, and then you put one bag.
All
That's
right,
what
I'm back
one
to the
bag looks
carton. I'm
like.
back to the carton. You need devices.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's not
Come
fun.
Here's
It's
your
crazy. I
bag
don't
of
know
milk.
why it's like
Come
this.
back
I
to the
don't-
carton.
But yeah, that's what it's
and
like.
it is your number one.
I've never seen that thing on the right. That's some crazy Chinese bullshit. This
You mean smart and helpful for your everyday life?
So your milk bag, I'm leaving. This is a.
I've never seen that.
That's crazy.
That's like really ghetto if you ever had that, because like they sell those for like
It
$1.
looks like picnic supplies.
This looks ridiculous.
The way they
It's good
package
milk.
it.
It's good milk.
Nah, this looks.
Do you guys have
absolutely-
unhomogenized
We also have, so we have the cartons here.
or do you guys have like 2% or like is it all
We have
homogenized?
everything.
Where are the chocolate milk bags?
I wish. Crazy that they don't have them. That is fucking weird. They don't have chocolate milk bags, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
You guys ever drink strawberry milk?
Love
Like it.
strawberry milk.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's on my like
Yeah.
throw meal.
Strawberry
I love it.
milk.
I love it.
Where are the nipples on a strawberry?
Stay tuned. We're getting out of hand with milks.
But you know what?
I do
bet
like oat milk. I like oat and coconut.
If Canada becomes a state, I bet the milk bag thing it'll come here.
I would never do that. I wouldn't be friends with somebody who did that.
The companies might do it.
You guys don't have
You would
strip
fight
steak?
in a dirt pit, but you won't have milk bags.
And we took down the volleyball net, so it was just a sand trap.
Was it a rich neighborhood?
No.
Then yeah, I'm on Hans.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
I'm on Hans. So that sand hasn't been sifted and cleaned.
No.
I don't think
A
it's
lot of
sand.
cum in there.
Bunch of teeth in there.
What is this? A milk bag or is it a bunch of cum in the sand pit?
You'd rather
don't
have
know
a
why
milk
do-
bag than fight in a
Did you
sand
Google
pit?
why does Canada have milk bags?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, in all my history of
Gotta be
doing
'cause
pod,
it's cheaper.
I just want to say my history
to be right.
in my history of doing podcasts, I've typically started with bags of milk and ended with COVID. It's nice. It's refreshing to do it. It's refreshing to do it the other way around.
Well, so the bad part about Canadian beef is they've started putting all this shit in it, which is another reason I'm happy I'm not living there right now. It's called Boevar. It's like this weird chemical they're putting in
Sounds foreign.
the feed to make the cows not like fart as much. That's like supposed to lower the CO2 impact, but it's just like causing infertility.
Well,
potential.
RFK likes your.
Habitual for shoppers. Realize.
That some of the perceived drawbacks were actually beneficial. Sure, the milk could lose its freshness quickly, but the packaging was broken up into 3 bags. There was also a new to one.
That was impressive.
Is that how you read it?
Unused bags could be stored horizontally in refrigerators.
Good for everybody.
Well, does your brain immediately do that?
It's probably something. It's literally from like the 40s, and people they just never switched it. They'll probably switch it.
It's a good way to do it.
No
if you're poor.
stripped, no stripped bacon, eh?
They have strip bacon.
Okay,
I think. Yeah.
right. And what's
but it's Canadian.
RFK Jr. wanted to
Canadian
go.
bacon.
He likes your Fruit Loop better. He says you guys got a better.
Yeah, we
Fruit
got a
Loop.
better Fruit Loop. I mean, it's
I
not.
mean, we're the red
doesn't
dye.
matter.
Can you concur?
It doesn't taste better.
So that's what's being Americans all about.
That's
we
kinda
we
tight,
take
though.
taste
Yeah.
over health
The
and
thing that's Canadian is Canadian bacon, Canadian syrup,
Canadian
Canadian
Fruit Loop.
Canadian, like they have
Canadian
Canadian.
faggot. I mean,
nobody's
We
like,
have our own farms, but not for everything. Like if you go, like the fruit, a lot of the fruit and stuff and produce is American. Like it says from the USA or Mexican.
so if we cut y'all off, y'all be fucked.
Oh yeah, and if we cut you guys off, you guys would.
We'd lose out on.
We'd be fat.
we would invade you. If you cut us off, we'd invade you. Would be over by night.
We'd lose by.
Don't make
milk-
threats, bitch.
Let's be honest. But you're with us. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, you're an American.
He's more American than I am. I was born here.
I mean, Canada would be able, like, would it be really crazy if it became America? And yes, there would be no fight. There would be no.
It's never gonna happen.
you guys would apologize.
We can't cut
Don't
you guys off. You guys can cut us.
worry about it.
You guys can cut us off. We can't cut you off. There's no way to do that.
I don't think anybody could cut America off. Like
No,
truly, like
we
even-
have an army.
It's not even about the army. It's about like the amount of business we.
Well,
drive.
look at Cuba. You want to turn into Cuba or North Korea?
But that's not by choice.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
even-
our
Cuba
choice.
cut us off. We lost cigars.
Yeah.
What else? But maybe some
Baseball
banana. I think they had good
And
bananas.
standing in the world.
Well, we still get their baseball players. They're a cheap trade. Usually like a sack of potatoes.
baseball would just go back to see.
Yeah. Big curly. Was that the ridiculous bit? I will tell the ball. Roberto Clemente. Hold on now. Roberto Clemente is an icon.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Canadians would probably. Lots of them would like our.
If the war was on ice, you guys have us. I'll say that. If it's on
Ice?
skates, they're
Yeah.
taking it.
You don't think we come up with flamethrowers and just melt the ice?
we just got
No
so
way.
many more people than Canada too. We just have to have 1 out of 300 million.
But they have grit. They have like survival instincts. If we're in their turf on winter,
In
we're
the
fucked.
snow?
Yeah, but that's
Canada played.
all they have to do is stay in
They
the
played
snow.
both national anthems for their fucking games.
Oh, Canada rips, and you're not gonna. That song slaps, dude. Canada, when it drops. Come on, dude. Come on, Hans. It's a good one.
Every good national anthem starts with an O.
Oh,
Jose.
I thought it was Jose. I thought it was about a Spanish guy.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the street joke we all know.
All the major cities in Canada would like empty.
Just trying to.
They would all empty out
Yeah.
if if Canada became America.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Toronto, Montreal, all those cities, people would just flock to the states. They would all just leave. Like there'd be like if there's no border and we were just citizens of your
But
country.
we would go up. Drunk drivers,
There would be a
pedophiles.
huge exchange of people being like, "Oh, I want to see what now I can just live in Montreal and shit."
Don't you
But
think
it'll
it's
be fun.
good that we have this strict border and we're like, it's like a bag of milk. One side is completely different.
I think you
from
could.
the
I
other.
think a couple Mexicans penetrate a bag of milk pretty easily. I think it's a little different.
I hope that's not what Trump is using for his wall. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's great that we have Canada, just like a Amish community up there, just doing their own little thing.
Yeah, you guys don't use electricity and no Mountain Dew.
No, we have nothing.
No swear words.
It's literally
No
exact-
hard-on.
it's exactly the same.
So when you got down here and you saw like that girl shave their pussy, was that crazy?
Ruin your day.
He's like, it's cold.
You have to call it Jebediah.
Back and move, pussy.
Jebediah, you're not gonna believe this, dude. They're clean.
Yeah.
Oh, you're clean, eh?
He's like, my dick is freezing.
That's gotta be an Amish name, Jebediah.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Do you
Even the gun deaths.
They're similar, to be honest.
If you include deer, I think it's close. If you
Like
put
Toronto
caribou-
has probably like 100, shooting homicides a year.
Canada,
No, Toronto,
Toronto.
specific city.
Oh, nice.
A lot of the cities are
100
That's where
year?
Drake's from.
Who's your favorite Canadian? Like, do you have like a
It's a good
Bieber,
question.
Drake?
I think we should go.
Dakotan. That's more impressive. Than,
I mean, Norm Macdonald's,
Great
Jim
Canadian.
Carrey,
Oh.
Sandler.
Peters.
Sandler's a good Canadian. Oh, I thought we were talking Jews. I got my
No,
wires crossed.
Seth
When he said
Rogen.
Norm and Jim, I didn't know they were Canadian, and I go, "Oh, they're American." Like in my head,
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, there's no way."
You can
isn't that awesome that we can claim other people and not even know it?
Jim Carrey's ours.
What's his name? From Drive. What's his name?
Ryan Gosling,
Ryan Gosling's
And
Canadian.
Reynolds, hey?
Justin
Reynolds,
Bieber.
You guys got all the
Bieber,
ones. You can keep Biebs.
Drake.
Actually, I kind of fuck with Biebs. I take that back.
Beeb's the man.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, we have tons. Like, I don't know.
Jordan Peterson.
Canada
Jordan
rules.
Peterson.
Canada rules. For the record, I think Canada rules.
But because we're similar to you guys, I mean, and because
But you also add your own spin to it.
well, it's a different place.
Oh, drinking age 18.
You guys have health care.
We have healthcare, but we have less like rich people.
Yeah, there's a few of
But
you
more,
guys.
I would say more happy.
till they come here,
Right?
No, now we have just too many Indians.
Too many.
many.
Yeah,
What's too
like,
many?
Like when you get off the plane, people they're like, "Welcome to Canada," and they have like turbans on.
Like whole temple full of them? What do they worship?
Look it up. It's like one of the
Imagine a
it's huge.
Canadian Indian.
I can't imagine a
It's-
Canadian mosque. It's just like logs. It's fucking like a log cabin
Super
mosque.
diverse. Canada's like way more diverse than the states. That's why a lot of Canadians, especially whites, want to live in America because
There's
You
1.3
guys-
million Indian people in Canada.
And
yeah.
how many Canadians?
40 mil.
I would say that's
1 out of 40. What is that? 2%? 2.3?
Indians
40
are
million.
going to Canada because it's easier for them to get citizenship. That they apply for both.
They actually aren't. They're being like mass. So like right now they're being like mass deported.
But
low-key.
that was a thing for like the last decade.
Yeah,
It
you
was-
guys were in
they
an immigration country.
They weren't getting citizenship. They would come over on like a student visa and then they could work under that visa. And while they were here, they could apply for this other visa. And so they're just on visas. None of them have citizenship.
Well, I think it's good to update who's in your country and just have new people, like Americans with
I
Italians,
know.
Americans with Irish people, Americans with Germans. Like
Yeah.
we are constantly
Other groups
updated,
of
and
whites.
that's why.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, that's the only people that were allowed to stay. But I think if you have like a modern country, it's better to have like fresh people come in and
Yeah.
latch onto your project than like
Slavery.
Japan. Japan, where like people are just dying out. They're like an Amish community now. It's like it's limiting.
Yeah, but you need to give incentives to the people who live in those countries to have more children. You don't want to just turn the entire demographic into a different thing and bring people from countries where they don't understand how our civilization works, and then
Well,
they
they're
just
adding a
work to
new little
erode.
twist on it.
No,
Everyone's
it's not
adding a
shitting
little
on the
thing.
street is not a twist.
Well, it depends how it comes out. Some of
Yeah,
my
isn't
turn-
that great?
That's a lot.
We all love a good shit on the street. Makes you more aware, livens your steps.
Sitting on the street is not a twist.
I'm just saying that it's not. I think that if like I'd love for you guys like come to Canada, we'll just come chill. Well, it's very fun, but you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in like 30 seconds. You'll be like, holy shit, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Dude,
There's literally videos of Americans going to Canada. There's like this black dude who just goes to like random Canadian places and he's like, so many Indians here, man. What the fuck? And it's actually astounding.
I would love if he
They're
just judged
2% of the population.
if he judged every place by how many Indians
Those
are
are the
there.
legal
Hey, I
ones.
went here. It's not hella Indians. But 5 out of 5. He goes somewhere. He's like, oh, it's hella Indians here.
It's
Bro.
good for comedy. It's good for comedy because everybody you just talk about it, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
relevant.
everyone is aware of it and it's like a big deal to them. But I think, I don't know. I think a modern way to have a country is better than the old school way of just having an ethno state and just dying out like a bunch of fucking inbred losers.
yeah, it would be if people like in America. I think it works better because it's a melting pot and people really do want to be American. Whereas when they come to Canada, they're like, Canada is shit. I could just speak fucking Indian and live in an Indian area where everybody's shit on street. Because that's what they do in like British cultures, like the divide and conquer thing. Where even in England they have like super Muslim areas that nobody goes to, the super whatever areas. I mean, you guys have segregation, but that's necessary. It's different.
Boy, in America,
America,
generally,
America.
yeah. There's
But
like,
it's not this like there aren't in some areas it's becoming like that. Michigan has like that town where it's like super Muslim
yeah.
Yeah.
and they outlawed pride and people are like, no, I kind of like that.
Didn't they? What? Oh, they did something.
Super Muslim.
Yeah, that's a
They
the word
marched.
right out of my mouth.
They did a march. You're talking about that town in,
Yeah.
in Michigan?
Yeah.
That's
They had like a
It was
Muhammad
with the
parade.
mosque, and then they tried to put up like a devil statue. Am I thinking of something different?
maybe,
I don't know.
but what's it called?
By the way, how long
Minnesota, Minneapolis.
have we been cooking?
Hour 45.
Holy fuck.
Oh shit.
I got like I have a hard out. At
I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, let's
It's just a clean wrap.
yeah,
Yeah.
How long do you usually run them for?
An hour.
like 4.
How many? 4 hours?
Yeah.
Did you get good viewers?
There was like 25 people at one point
Damn.
Popping.
That's
when
like an
everybody
open
was
mic.
yelling.
Well, hell yeah.
Should we do that again?
What's the
I'll just be mad at each other.
no, I gotta go. My family's outside.
They've been in the car. They've been in the car.
I left my family in the car. I'm not even joking.
You want them to be on the podcast?
No, because my girl was
But
like,
there wasn't even a link like take a drive around the block, like go. Maybe there's
I
like
can't drive my car.
walk. Maybe
Yeah,
it's a pretty safe neighborhood.
Standard. What's this called? I want to share this
On
thing.
Skim. Just go to my channel. Don't read the comments.
On Skim.
All right.
Why does it not come up?
Are we wrapping?
Doggy?
We're out of here.
Oh, here
We
we
did
go.
it.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Good shit. Yay.
Hans, thank you for having
All
me.
right. Thank you.